Okay, the stream should be starting up soon. Please give me a moment. Make sure everything is set up on properly. Go live. That should be good. YouTube thumbnails now up to date. Add the Rumble description. Rumble description's good. Going good. Perfect. Let me check my other computer. One moment. I can see the stream on my other computer. Or at least the Rumble stream. There it goes. Perfect. So, I think everything is good to go. So, let's go and get started. Team 8 versus Team Unknown. Dun, dun, dun. Oh yeah, I think that's maybe the same person from all the way back from Grey Goo. I wonder if he ever finds this video one day. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top of the right side as the Cyan Mongols, the Tzalmi one. I still can't get his name right after all these years. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Yellow Malians. We have a foreign name. Mongols versus Malians, and I've always had trouble facing Malians as playing as Mongols. I find the Malians just a little bit too powerful with those warrior scouts, in my opinion. They move fast, they have really high health regen, and they tend to be just a bit too effective. So I got 6 people onto the... Oh, I think it's going for some sort of tower rush here. We do got the pair of spearmen deployed out. Nice early spearmen from Ezreal spent some stone. That has a Donzo here. So Khan has received quite a bit of fire there. Those throughout his Eagle Scout. And does lose one of his spearmen now, which is a big loss. But of course got these Donzo. Donzo appear to be equal to... Nope, they do have additional 1 melee armor. Now trying to go for a tower here. The scouts cannot do much damage versus these villagers, and the villagers going to be in the mix as well, trying to get some damage there. The Khan has minimal attack. Got more Donzo being pulled out on the field. He's trying to go for this tower, but I think there's just too many Donzo. I think he may need to abandon the region. Villagers now backing on off. We do got another pair of spearmen advancing forward. He needs those spearmen, and does cancel that tower there. I don't think it was actually destroyed. Sells 2 villagers. Does take out one of the Donzo there. And now these spearmen falling back, so is that villager. Cyan, of course, has lost some villagers in that engagement. He's down less villagers than his opponent. And looks like he does manage to fall back in time. We do not have an outpost being pulled down out here, trying to keep this area secure. Let's see. The Malian player has plenty of gold for tech aging up, just needs more food. The Mongol player needs a bit more of everything at the moment. He has now tasked some villagers there onto the gold mine. Oh no, he actually had enough for the Deerstone. And he's going for Deerstone, interestingly enough. Both the feudal age landmarks of the Mongols, in my opinion. You got the one that gives cheaper merchants, but that's not good. I've tried going out for early merchants with that. It's not a good idea to go for early merchants. These villagers need to get inside of this tower. Let's finish off one of those Donzo. Very nice. I was saying beforehand, the cheaper merchants at feudal age is not useful. It's a bit of a trap, that one. And Deerstone does provide a nice benefit there of the faster movement speed, which could be very useful for these for collection, but that's about it. It's not really that great of a landmark. In other words, I say, if I were to redesign the Mongols landmarks, I could do a whole video on that. I do have some ideas how I would redesign the Mongols landmarks. But now we've got the age up for the Mongols. The Malians now going for the Manticore, which does give them some easy gold / stone generation. As well as do have some housing around this pit mine here to get some extra passive gold. And let's go and fast forward time being. Maybe during this time frame I could talk about what I would change different with the Mongols. Honestly, the Khan is an interesting concept, but also I would actually change it to make it more like the Meter. There's possibilities where you can, in order to make the animation that goes above the head, there are triggers like that when enemies are nearby to do that arrow that flies above your head. And you can do like, choose one of 3 abilities there, like the Meter. The ability I'm referring to is the Castle Network for the English. They have the it's not always on, and so oh, good hit there. It's not always on, so there's triggers for when enemies are nearby. You can throw a signal arrow up in the sky and just make it so that's more of a graphical animation rather than a actual ability or a cooldown ability. And among other things, like I would probably rearrange how the landmarks are and change what they are, because you could perhaps do the Kurultai be available in H2, and that's where you pull out the cons rather than having con as something you just have inherently available. But I should make my own video about that possible changes. Maybe I'll actually learn how to create a mod for Age of Empires 4 to show my off-by changes. That's an idea. Oh, I just read this as well. I have the Twitch stream over here. I like to have the Twitch stream up. We do have some good raiding here. The raiding here is actually pretty important because, remember, Mongols, when a building set up ablaze, they get a bit of a cash bounty, 25-25, and that is very good. And the Malians are mostly susceptible to the raiding of the Mongol because these houses, they provide only 5 population, so you deploy more of them, and they have half health from a house. So that's actually pretty good. Does use the arrow benefit there to get his archers firing quicker. You also got some javelin throwers here. Javelin throwers are an anti-range unit. They do have 3 inherent pierce armor as well, so imagine the skirmishers from Age of Empires 2. Malians in Age of Empires 4 is basically playing Malians as Age of Empires 2. They do get a really good spearmen. Not only they have more health, they get 1 extra melee arm. That's a little bit on the strong side, honestly. Malians just seem like they're incredibly powerful to me. I wonder what are the downsides. Because they get really cheap horsemen, cheap, fast, and has health regen. They get cheap horsemen, they get more powerful spearmen, they get a good anti-range tool in Feudal Age. What is their downside? How expensive are those spearmen, out of curiosity? 60-30. You know, I actually don't know what spearman costs off the top of my head. Let's use the scouting eagle there. Let's throw some javelins into the Khan. And these forces do need to fast fall back. His sprint arrow is still on cooldown. More archers deployed on the field. Gain some good damage there. Does take out 1 Tartan Danzo, and these forces are advancing on 4 now. Okay, the Tartan Danzos are a little bit more expensive in wood, which makes sense because they're just really good in comparison to regular spearmen. This Danzo could be quickly picked off. Losing these infantry units right now is not really good. Hit mines not being collected. The thing is, he can't just exactly go forward and deploy another pit mine here and deploy more housing around it because the Mongol would love to raid that to get his some gold of his own. You know, I got the Steppe Redoubt being employed on the field. The Steppe Redoubt is a... Let's see, let's get those. The Kurultai provides the aura for damage and healing, while the Steppe Redoubt gives increased gold drop-off. That's another thing I have as well. Steppe Redoubt. A redoubt is a fortress, so it makes no sense why that provides extra gold drop-off when it sounds like a defensive landmark. Like, that could be a keep for a faction who cannot deploy out keeps. And landmark keeps require wood rather than stone to repair up, so you don't have to worry about repairing with your stone supply. We do now have the Steppe Redoubt being pulled out right here. We're in the middle of these two gold mines. That is an excellent placement there. So he's going to have a lot of extra gold there. So that's, imagine this 6,000 here and another 4,500 there. The Malians does have a good force right here, as well as we got now the Fombia Garrison, which allows them to produce barracks and archery range units in groups of 5, and they only cost gold at a reduced rate. Exotic Dogi does go down there. Do not have the double broad axe being researched by Cyan. Yellow's going for wheelbarrow and pierce damage. And this is not the improved one. He spent all of his stone onto those early military units. Getting some damage there, just being oh so annoying. We'll see a pretty good volley there now. And as I was trying to take a drink, there is a single Lancer charging forward, but immediately received some stabs there from Donzo. This Lancer is not going to be very useful. That's receiving more and more fire there. Ovo is depleted. How does I actually pronounce that? Uvo? Ovo? We do got another pit mine here, and does spot it, which means there is some easy raiding here. That's 100 food and gold for the Mongol player. Of course, it's Donzo's in the region. Throws out another javelin there. Does that javelin do melee or pierce damage? Javelin does do range damage. We got a good number of archers here. Of course, with now the YAM network able to be applied to all these units, he's able to close in on these units quite easily. Does have a couple step lancers mix. There's no Donzo in this region, so these javelin throwers and veteran archers are getting overran by the step lancers as well. Step lancers currently have 4 pierce armor. These archers currently have 8 attacks, so they will do 4 damage per arrow. Step lancers are advancing forward. The Khan may go down to his volley arrows. It will go down now. Now the archers engaging each other. Sorry about that. Ensign's going to be backing off his archers now. He does not have... Yellow does have pierce armor and range armor, so he does have a higher quality force, and which allows him to punch well above his weight. And this Step Lancer is going to advance forward, trying to find some more raiding. I gotta say, the pit mine here, I'm assuming it has the same gold deposit number there as to a regular mine. I don't see how much gold it actually has left, if it does. Got the Donzo's here, getting some great stabs there. And now I've got these archers facing forward, but does run the fire of these outposts. They have kind of arrow slits, at least this one here. This one has not. And he will try to overrun. The Step Lancer charging forward. I wonder, Donzo, do they have the spear brace? They do have the spear wall, yes. Another pit mine being pulled on the field with some housing along with it. This area has quite a bit of housing as well. And I just saw some sort of shield upgrade. I'm not sure what that was. I do not have the faster superior mobility. Also, that's not one I really go for myself. The slower carts are perfectly fine and go a long distance. By the time your cart gets over there, they tend to be ready for drop-off. It's really not that useful technology in my opinion. Sorry, I'm a little bit more, since I only play Mongols, I'm a little bit more vocal on Mongol stuff. We got a good layer of research there. No boosted economic upgrades, but for more range attack and range armor. Veteran archers advancing forward with some of these sofas, these heavy melee cavalry. And we've got man-at-arms charging forward, but that man-at-arms does get focused down with the step lance pushing forward as well. These veteran sofas do have 6 pierce armor, so there's a lot of pierce armor there. Man-at-arms being pushing forward. Simon will need some spearmen help deal with these veteran sofa or crossbowmen. Spearmen will probably be a little bit better, but they won't last long. Maybe just long enough though. Man-at-arms, of course, are more or less neutral ground on sofas, but they do have less health. And step lancers are so useful in this kind of engagement as well. Veteran sofa may go down that volley, does go down that volley, very nice. And you could use the speed arrow as well. I also try to go for a spear brace there. Got some good hits there on the lancer. More veteran sofas advancing forward. Simon will need to pull out more man-at-arms. Oh, he does have a pair of crossbowmen here. The crossbowman may want to fire a volley there. Step lancer will go down, and now the man-at-arms will go down as well. Oh, looks like that's poison damage as well. And that poison damage apparently does stack, because I saw like 5 stacks there. Having a single shaman here does aim quite nice for getting some good healing. Got Siege Workshop being employed out, maybe trying to eye for some mangonels. More veteran archers being pulled on out of the field. Yeah, get gunners eventually. He doesn't have access to crossbow as the Mullions, which makes it so step lance is a bit hard to deal with. He does have now springboard in place in this one. Sofas are starting to go down. Let's use like the rare arrow, the reload reduced fire rate arrow. Although not good engagement there for yellow, shaman will be stabbed by that sofa. Man-at-arms currently has 6 pierce armor. These archers still have... Wait. I don't see the attack weapon. I see that poison upgrade. Do they actually just not do any base damage anymore when there's no when they have poison research? Okay, that must be some sort of UI bug there. So if it's trying to charge him forward, does have a good number of crossbowmen trying to overrun the Mangonel. Doing a good job of focus firing down those sofas. Sofas do not have a charge attack, so they're a little bit weaker in trying to deal with these siege weapons. Does do a nice dodge there. Veteran archers falling back. A lot of poison damage there. Okay, they do still do their alpha damage, so that's just a UI bug of where to show the attack after getting the poison arrow upgrade appears to be. Also, that alpha damage from the arrow does quite a bit. We got another forward siege workshop being put on the field. The Mangonel can start firing away in this region, get some more raid damage, or some more raiding value. We do now have this veteran sofa advancing forward. We'll find this shaman there, and it will go down. Multiple Mangonel to pull it on the field. Does got that house as well. Shaman will go ahead and go on down. And I do have a battery ram here. This housing will not last all too long with these forces nearby. Fair Step Lance is trying to stop this point from being decaptured. And the point will be saved. Got a bit of berries being collected there. Also has a nearby stable, so maybe I invest a stone with that. He's also now going for the increased rating, giving was it plus 50 in total, or increase the raid income from United Building to plus 50, so it goes from 25 to 50. It doesn't go up to 75. I usually just research that when I'm about ready to hit my opponent's base. A lot of archers here. Archers being focused down. Mangonel may receive some fire there. Mangonel finds a decent volley there. Gets some volleys there. Various archers in the region. Crossbones need to start focusing down these sofas. Magnos are seeing some hits there, but wood can't exactly be poisoned. We got the Yam network here that only increases movement speed, nothing else. Got these battering rams now pushing way forward. More of these archers starting to go on down. And now do have these houses being sieged down by these battering rams. Archers here to support, but there's the escort archers starting to go down. Also needs to focus on the sofas. We do got a single step lance in this mix as well. We got this Magno charted for as well. Does take out that sofa there. I think the spring ball replacement's doing some good work. And now his battering rams are making some great work. Looks like Science playing all Seeker Sights in the back of this as well. Very nice. Yellow doesn't have much of army remaining. Yellow does have decent reserve of resources, but is not building a lot of army. Oh, just got the ×5 right there. That goes ahead and goes on down. He's starting to lose some of his infrastructure. Needs some melee units to hit these battering rams. Battering rams getting, of course, a lot of extra value there from the siege effect. Yellow base is starting to be gutted quite a bit. We does have some gold over here. And I've got these arch crossbow trying to intercept that region. Which force needs to advance on forward. This is the primary town center as well. More of these production trucks going down, but now I've got sofas engaging these battering rams. Mangonels are not set on up and will get easily blown by these sofas. We got 4 siege here as well as some more crossbows pushing forward. Constant being redeployed. And does get a decent volley there onto these archers. More archer volley there. Mangonels are starting to go down to these sofas. Crossbowmen are starting to whittle down these sofa production. And these battering rams going around uncontested, getting some great damage there as well as getting some great value for the Mongol. Crossbowman has denied this region. I'm not sure where the pit mine actually went. I don't think he torched it down that quickly. Good volley there into those archers. He still needs more melee units to deal with these battering rams. Those have been called on the front line to deal with these battering rams, and the Mayan player has surrendered. This is Anagram saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay. Come on now. On to the next replay. Alright, I'll put it myself. That screen just sort of stays like that a little bit too long. Let's see now. What's another player? Let's see if this person has any open replays. Yes, they do. Have a lot of customs. A lot of solo ranks as well. 27 minutes. We could go ahead and do this one, and we'll check the other replays once this replay is done. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top left side as the Blue Rus. We have Divine DFP. Spawn on bottom right side as the Magenta English. We have M7. I'm gonna fast forward a bit, and let's go ahead and take a look at Blue, since he's the Rus. We want to see how many deer he claims. This one's going around trying to find some deer. He does not spot this deer immediately. We don't see additional scouts for Magenta either. Going for a gold mine there. And Blue will find these deer over here. Very, very good. This scout's pushing way forward. Does find a good number of wolves and sheep. This deer has been killed off by Magenta. Magenta's not deploying any extra scouts to contest his opponent's bounties. We do have this deer being spotted as well. So Magenta does find both his deer deposits, so he doesn't really need the extra scout. He could push forward, try to claim some wolves. I think some wolves. Right turn. Good placement there by that hunting camp, which will give him some good gold generation. I think getting close to 90. Blue still needs a little bit more bounties in order to get up to 250. Don't see any wolves in this region. Also put out another hunting camp there, getting 44 gold per minute. Very, very good. 46 here, that's equivalent to 1 villager. You know how the council hall being plotted out of the field. We don't see probably the Kremlin. That is a lumber camp.
Yes, yeah.
And now Blue's gonna be eyeing to age up. The council hall will come out quite quickly. He may want to get out some early knights to deal with the early longbowmen. And now here comes the Kremlin. And he does not reach his 250 bounty, which actually is a bit of a problem for Blue. That it does deny a lot of gold. And something I realized as well. I actually don't see the live stream on my other computer for some odd reason. Oh well. Oh, it does find this wolf there. That should give him 250. Both players are now at feudal age, and Blue's going to take time to collect up some stone. You have a 4 town center being pulled out by Magenta, and since both sides are just eyeing eco, let's go and fast forward a little bit faster. Blue does spot that 4 town center. We do see a single longbowman out in the field. It is right here. I just harassed his opponent. We do have another town center being pulled out by Blue now. And Blue does find that wolf there. That does give him to the 250 bounty, increasing his gold income from around 45 up to 52. I do have this longbowman now firing some arrows onto this villager. Of course, one longbowman does do a bit of damage there. A paramilitia not coming forward to run down that longbowman. And this scout is scouting around. Oh! Hello! He's actually got the pickup deer carcass technology. People who can take time to micro that is could be a very handy ability. Not only reduces the mining efficiency, and also increases the mining efficiency, gathering efficiency with those deer, because they're now going to be a point blank, same distance as sheep, so you should get very, very good food value from that. Plus, now you can keep your town centers very nice, tight packed. I think there was another town center being pulled out right there. There's a town center as well. Magenta does spot this town center there, very nice. He currently is not in the bush, so it's not getting this cloak there. His longbowman has been run down. We got a good number of scouts here. Let's see. Is he going to try to steal those deer? That could be very good as well. You can really prolong how much deer you collect by that ability. No, he's going straight for this deer. He may be able to steal some of this deer. Can you steal a deer carcass if it's being collected? This is not going to go in. He doesn't want to risk the town center ire. And it's going to go for this deer deposit over here. Deer deposit? Is that even the right turn? No, they're already dead, so it's clearly not alive. And going for boar as well, using militia to draw fire first. And go for a wooden fortress as well to help keep that area secure, because that is going to be a lot of food from that boar. We do have now an early night to play on the field. Since both sides are just equaling up, I'm just admiring all the deer collection there. He's trying to... His opponent's trying to wall up the region, and he will manage to escape out the deer. He's trying to break he does stop the deployment there. He's get that deer back, and got this early knight chasing down the scout. We do got the age 3 for Magenta. He's gone for the white tower, a very good defensive emplacement. And now we've got the age 3 for Blue. He's gone for the Abbey of Trinity. I do prefer the High Trade Hall myself, but it's still good. This is still good. You get some unique technologies for your warrior priest, which could be very effective in combat. Depends, sort of the age-old debate: economic or combat. Deer can be dropped down there. Needs to be dropped down so the villagers start doing it. Let's drop off of deer now. And these knights do find and kill off that one villager. Warrior Monk push him forward. He could perhaps pick up that relic and maybe try going conversion if he pushes forward again. We have knight upgrade first to fight the knights. There's actually one scout here, so Blue does have a superior number of knights. And now the villager count is in favor of Magenta by a small margin, 85 to 72. That's actually a little bit more than small, but still. Now got all the boars still being claimed. Deer's going to be claimed as well. And more rugs being claimed as well. He will get his 3 rugs inside this abbey. And now Purple is eyeing to capture the sacred site. Apologies. Still recovering from the sickness, though it's much better today. We got an outpost being pulled out by Purple there. Warrior Monk is charging forward. There's still a relic here. There's a relic over here. And this Warrior Monk is going for this relic, not realizing that the pathing took him to a bad route. Goes down. You also need to pull out another monster. He has to pull out another monster to deposit that relic as well. And eventually you can get this, the Time Spar, and getting some good value from these relics. You have a double layering his palisade walls there. Both sides still just trying to eagle up. And Blue is maintaining, even though it's less villagers, they're maintaining the superior number of animal carcasses to collect, so he's maintaining some good resources there. Purple does go ahead and pull out those palisade walls there, trying to interrupt the deployment. And now, Purple really did not like Blue to interrupt that. This is also a bit of a misleading force there. That's actually, there's 5 scouts in that mix, so it conflates the number of units in that area, while Magenta could have actually really easily engaged that area. Magenta also has a good number of crossbowmen. Blue needs to eye some more military. He's only eyeing another pair of knights there. He needs much more than that. Now Blue has gone for Imperial Age, trying to go for a castle there. Or keep, I should say. Crossbowmen do find the militia, even though the militia don't exactly do receive bonus damage or deal bonus damage. In this situation, there's just too many crossbowmen for the militia to do much. Starting to torch down this palisade gate. Now got these knights to try and engage this region. Blue does have 9 knights and 2 warrior monks in this region. Magenta has a superior number there. He's trying to deal with his villagers. Needs to get inside that keep immediately, trying to get, because he needs extra arrow fire, especially versus those crossbowmen. Blue's trying to hold the line. Blue has an inferior force down to 14 versus 48. His opponent's mass producing forces. He has not been able to macro properly. Of course, does have the next age, trying to get a bombard in place with that keep, as well as some warrior monk technologies. Now it's going to point out a massive wave of militia. He needed that a long time ago. Crossbowmen still receiving a lot of fire from the keep, very nice. And now the militia is going to take time to stab those crossbowmen. We got a handful of trusty now put on the field. He needs more than just that. And the militia do receive a lot of damage. They don't have the spear braces there for extra charge defense. While their very basic attack does do bonus save versus cavalry, it's simply still not enough. Trying to pull out some palisade walls there, trying to wall off this region. It does not get this area walled off in time. He's pulled these guys back into the keep now. Does have another Schultz here, not firing. Blue's does force back Magenta through that hole. See that breach? Sorry about that. You need to stop building that research and start getting out more infantry units. He's going for a good number of Streltsy. Streltsy are good items. And trying to decapture the central part of the map there with these militia, but I think they're going to time out before they actually get it decaptured. Yep, they do. Going for a palisade gate there. Magenda's now going for Pierce armor, probably trying to brave the castle fire. Got a pair of battery rams here as well. The Streltsy do have a melee attack, a very strong melee attack. So if they can somehow get in the melee range of those battery rams, they could do fine versus them. But the problem is, I don't think there's no melee attack order, or at least not. Yeah, there's no melee attack order like in Dawn of War 2. I wonder if you get in the melee range, will they actually do the melee attack? If they can, that'd be great. Berkshire Castle not being deployed on out. Going defensive there, not being too aggressive with that Berkshire Castle. Blue's trying to expand out to the left. You have this gold mine slowly being claimed by Blue. Both players need to eye perhaps the central border there, because it's very exposed, and that could be claimed by either side. Magenta still has a good gold deposit over here, has a small one over here, and now Magenta's going for some stone walls.
Несть сон, несть отдохновение.
Держится. Орудия осадные готовы к брани.
Oops, I actually hit my microphone, my apologies. Okay, let's go and fast forward right now since both sides are just eyeing eco up. We now have crossbowmen and knights in this region. Now got looks at the elite knight upgrade as well. Over here we do see elite horsemen and good number of Streltsy, spring balls and battering rams mixed, both sides building a large number of battering rams. My apologies. Magenda's going to take time to clean up this gold. And now we got massive engagement here. Purple's Knights main support, Streltsy are engaging. They don't think they have their rate of fire bonus just yet. Yeah, they have the Saint's Blessing right now from nearby, well, Warrior Monk. Now we've got these battery rams charging past each other. They can engage each other, it's not Ancient Fires too. Purple's now advancing forward, trying to engage these battery rams there with his villagers. Streltsy's still firing away. They should have the rate of fire increase relatively soon. Got a good number of crossmen here, but the crossmen will be gunned down by the Streltsy. We do have a good number of spring bolts here to help deal with these battery rams, but they're not exactly the most effective versus battery rams. Battery rams now seeing massive fire there, and now trying to gun down some of these forces. More horsemen being pushing forward as well. Spring bolts just keep on firing. Got more battery rams pulled out by Blue. He's hit these knights first with the Streltsy. And arms being pulled out as well by Purple. Various horsemen being pulled out. Tide Farm just got research for Blue. He does have a good number of relics, so that's giving him quite a bit of extra resources. And the Berkshire Castle does go down to these battery rams. Blue does have pretty good momentum there. Magenta only has 2 military units. He's not building enough military units right now. Getting some more longbowmen. Has good reserve there. Just needs more production structure. Against the Streltsy, probably be a good idea to go for something close enough to be able to close distance there. Magnol's going to be hurt as well. Now we're getting the chemistry upgrade as well. Blue's going forward, wooden fortress there, maybe not so sure why. This doesn't get like Castle Network benefits there. Castle Network does provide 40 attack speed. Mining camp is now under fire, or was on fire, now it's fully destroyed.
Будет ли меня писать?
Infantry forces, this force not push way forward, is allowing the batteries to make their way clear through Magenta's base. And he is now on pop cap, so it's big, very big problem for Magenta. Nice charging forward, trying to deal with these forces. He has a good number of man-at-arms, trying to overrun this force. The Schultzy would like to engage them. And now starts a big charge right there. Not a lot of spearmen in this region. Horsemen are starting to engage the man-at-arms. The man-at-arms are being gunned down by these Schultzy, just way too many Schultzy there. And now you have these batteries charging forward. Villagers trying to torch down some of these battering rams as well. And now you got these forces making their way more and more forward. Got some spring guards here as well. I think Magenda's not going to be forced out of the game. We have now the White Tower trying to be repaired on up. It doesn't have any attacks just once. It was fully destroyed. More battering rams from put up with blue, just leading charge against battering rams. Horsemen trying to break close business there. Spring balls will start picking them off. And Magenta does back out of the game now. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay. My apologies. Let's see if there's any other replays. I think that one was completed while we were casting this one here. 12 minutes. 28 minutes here, so let's go and do this one. Holy Roman Empire versus Ottomans. Greetings everyone, and Great here, another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top left side as the Blue Holy Roman Empire, we have Divine DFB. Spawn on bottom right side as the Orange Ottomans, we have Kiljardi. Couple mines there. Huh. I wonder, is it going for a man-at-arms rush? Maybe not. Oh yeah, you can't get... Wait, can Ottomans get Vanguard man-at-arms? I know they can get early man-at-arms. Not sure about Vanguard man-at-arms. Good cast there by the Prelate. Now do have an early spearman being pulled out by Orange, thanks to the fact that he does have the military school there to get some free units early on. And these early spearmen can do some quite pretty effective work and just be annoying. Scouts push way forward. He may not, Orange may not have scouted up this region just yet. We got now the Twin Minaret up being pulled on out. Twin Minaret is Axis Mill, grows 4 berry bushes, can harvest 50% faster. Berry bushes will be regrown after 40 or 120 seconds after if depleted. So there's probably some sort of magic number of villagers you can set onto those berry bushes to get a good collection. Does it act as a acts as a mill, so it should drop off as a drop off point. We have an early outpost here just to help defend, and it looks like this scout does see a bit of fire there. For the research, we got the Akin Chapel, which is provides a very, very good aura benefit. And Spearman still sort of dancing around. Now I got the Hunt upgrade being researched by Orange. Spearman pushing way forward. Spring outpost is not upgraded with arrow sluts just yet. We're gonna fast forward for the time being. And he actually does... Oh, was that... He actually got the survival technique research as well. So he's going to start bringing back these deer. Very, very nice. And plus, this is now going to be very, very quick collection rate on that deer. Because that's a 40% increase collection rate on something that already has a high collection rate. that's going to be a lot of food for the Ottomans, though these scouts do have quite a bit of investment there. And I do have these man-at-arms, early man-at-arms advancing on forward. Of course, the early man-at-arms can be very, very hard to deal with since they have a lot of extra armor there, so spearmen and archers will have a bit of trouble, especially Magadai, personally. And those man-at-arms trying to stop this engagement there. Got the spearmen trying to push forward as well. It does get inside the tower as well, gain some good volleys there. Thanks to 3 pierce armor, these towers are doing 3 damage each with its arrows. Man-at-arms are just making a soft trade away. Perhaps now they can turn around and start engaging these forces. And this early man-at-arms will go down. And spearmen are being forced on back. And arms do receive a bit of fire there. And now we do got these deer being brought on back. Very, very good. We got now the... Oh, it's going for a fast castle with a Mahed Armory. The Mahed Imperial Armory, which is not Imperial Age. It produces siege units for free, but with longer train times. That's really good. Influence. Military production rate increased by 20, 30, 40% by age with the influence of a blacksmith or university. Since he's fighting against a bunch of man-at-arms, he may just go for 3 mangonels. I'm just building out more spearmen here. He does get inside the garrison there. These guys can push forward as well. Let's have a Sepah. His man-at-arms will be focused down there as well. The Sepah can use that ability to get some extra damage. It does go ahead and force back those forces. My apologies. Go ahead and fast forward for the time being. More deer being collected there. Very good. And over here we've got these man-at-arms being pursued by this wolf. Wolf does go going down and does try and go for this relic. He does get a pretty good distance there, but looks like he will be overran. The Sepah is getting some good damage there. May want to use the Fortitude ability now. And these are scouts, so they can't really defend this monk. This monk is going for conversion there. Healing up this other monk. Oh no, oh no. Ooh, that was very close. You guys get both these relics inside the Radiant's Cathedral, getting some extra gold generation from them, as well as by an additional 100% gold generation while garrison. It does not appear to be affected by the Tithe Barn. I'm gonna heal up this monk there, and does get the relic inside the cathedral, so that cathedral is completely maxed out. Very, very good. And these man-at-arms are falling back. They're currently fully upgraded to man-at-arms, not early man-at-arms. And more deer carcasses being claimed. You lose one of these scouts. As long as the scout's still alive, and you still use it to collect more deer carcasses, which he does have a good number there. Now here we've got these knights advancing forward, trying to get some torches on in. They do have 5 pierce armor, so these extra arrows will only do 1 damage each. And that scout will go ahead and go on down. He still has 1 scout alive, so he can still claim these deer carcasses. Now his lancers trying to pursue these knights. And now we do got a Metra in this region as well. Man-at-arms trying to engage the or just trying to run away. There's a good force here. Now they're upgraded to 2-handed blades, which does give them some what's it called? Just straight extra damage. And these step lancers or knights are falling back now. These lancers are trying to pursue these knights. No upgrades on those Lancers. Knights have 1 extra Pierce armor, so they're pretty much equal, barring the fact they're outnumbered. And these Knights are so need to run away. Orange has claimed a secret site there. Got some palisade walls being deployed, has been deployed out as well. And do have a handful of these forces here, so this Knight could be encircled. Blue needs to pass a little bit more force, though the military is at 22 to 20, now 23 to 23. Good number from both sides. This deer carcass can be brought back to his Achin Chapel. Orange does have a handful of spearmen in this mix as well. And over here, we got a good number of Landsknechts as well as man-at-arms. Oh, and the man-at-arms do not have the two-handed weapons upgrade. Those are just the Landsknechts. I get those two units mixed up. They're very similar if you look at them. Oh. There goes that monk. These Knights are going to be whittled down like this. Orange still has forces everywhere. 2 of these sacred sites have been captured. And these Knights, they should have backed off the region a long time ago. He knows that the opponent has a pretty sizable force here. They're going to be running away now. And these Knights are being pursued here. These Knights are going to try to run away as well. Does have a spring golden placement in this tower and has been loaded up with a relic. Landsknechts, they are melee use of these attacks in areas but good against other, say, spearmen and all that sort. Magno pushing forward against a good volley there. Landsknechts advancing forward, receiving a very powerful hit there. Now the crossbowmen starting to get overran. The crossbowmen is going to be very needed versus the man-at-arms and versus the Knights, but they're of course having good trouble. Landsknechts, of course, are pretty mobile and able to close the distance a little bit. Got to start us up there by these crossbowmen. Has a good number of them. Able to one-shot these. Landsknechts are classified as light, not as heavy. Let's get a good hit there with this Landsknecht as well. Landsknechts do have a very, very good damage of 17. Of course, armed with knives, which is the name for a Zweihander, if I remember correctly. But that's the translation for Zweihander. It means knife, if I do remember correctly. Do have a nice little force here. Just crossbowmen here. Metter charging forward. Metter will get focused down right there. And that does deny the extra ore benefits for these crossbowmen. Orange to claim every single sacred site here. This one's pretty exposed. This one can also be decaptured as well. If he still has scout alive, you can send that scout over there. Got these prelates getting some much needed healing on these infantry forces. Very nice. That enforcement upgrade has been researched. I've got this force gliding around. And now Orange I need to pull out some forward towers as well. Do you know how this keeping pulled on out? Magnos in the region as well. Landsknechts will see a pretty good volley there. Trying to overrun these crossbowmen. Some spearmen in the mix as well. Crossbowmen getting overran. Landsknechts back to annihilate these villagers if they get into range for AoE swipes. Spearmen are getting focused down first. We got the defense benefits from Metter. The Metter will go down. And the villagers have been pulled off the line as well, unable to fully build the keep. Good setups up there by the crossbowmen, but now they're fighting against light units as well. They're just trying to pursue these forces. We've got more of these reinforcements coming in. Janissaries as well as spearmen. A lot of good anti-cavalry there. Zweihanders or the Landsknechts getting some good hits there. He's got these forces pushing way forward. Got some healing there from the monks as well. Magno fires a volley there. Gets a pretty good hit there as well.
Derhal hizmet eylemek bizdendir.
Orange is still counting down, has 7 minutes remaining. This keep could potentially get focused down as well. And that heavy cav will go down as well. Doesn't take time to decapture that sacred site there. And the keep has been either destroyed or canceled. I think it was canceled. My apologies. Palisade Gate is now under fire. And we'll be going to go on down. Blue's now trying to have to go for boar, get some good hits there. And the boar does go down. This sacred site will go down first, though I would assume this one would have gone down before it. Villagers are advancing forward. I'm not sure what they're trying to deploy out. Trying to pull out forward to keep mill, lumber mill, all that sort. Right now the military size is very similar, 32 to 28. Oh, he just deleted something. I'm not sure what he deleted. Or somebody deleted something. Sacred site not being decaptured. One of these prelates is going to move on to capture it up now. And his keep will be fully built. If he builds a forward town center, it gets access to emergency repair ability, make it a very, very good hard point. Village count is very similar, 62 to 61. Actually, both sides only has 1 town center as well. Both sides are not high as extra town centers. These Sept Lancers are going to get some good damage here. Some sporadic damage there. Good hits there. Let's have some arrows firing from here as well. This is an arrow split one. It does fall get back in and back out again. Sacred site now being captured on up. And over here, got a massive gate. A lot of horsemen here. Not a handful of Janissaries as well. One of those forces to go down. Actually trying to take out the Mangonels. Mangonels to go down. Blue's lost quite a bit of force right here. Janissaries, of course, effective versus these cavalrymen. And now Blue's going to be falling back. Has a couple prelates in the mix there. Landsecks trying to charge forward, but these Landsecks are receiving a bit too much fire. Blue's now eyeing for this gold deposit there. Also claiming these deer. Up north, looks like the Lancers are pushing forward. Does find a kill there. One of those villagers. 2 villagers do go down. They're both pretty wounded. Now got these crossbowmen and Janissaries pushing way over here. We've also got a tower here, as well as the counterweight trebuchet. Villagers look inside of the tower now. Just inside of the keep included. Let's got one of those step lancers there. Very nice. There is a spring total placement all loaded up in this outpost. The keep is under fire as well. Up north, that Lancer still turning forward. Lancex and Horsemen trying to deal with it. Blue still has a decent force here, so has been able to overrun that counterweight trebuchet. More hits there to that keep. Seven prelates here. That's a lot of prelates. Blue's advancing forward with his force. Does have a good number of horsemen. The Janissaries could make short work of it. Up north, we got this Lancer being cleaned on up. This keep is still seems to fire. And these Lancers do find these villagers here, denying this gold income. There's going to be a lot of dead villagers here. Over here, the wolf does get found and cleaned on up. Blue's forces advancing forward. And these villagers are trying to run away. Does have this outpost here. Is a little relic as well. Does get inside that town's tower now. Gets extra arrows there along the spring golden placement. And these forces are starting to advance on forward. They're trying to back on off from this region. He does have access to emergency repairs. Farms cannot be emergency repaired. They're supposed to help prevent misclicks. We do not get piles of Swabia being put on the field. That, of course, allow them access to cheap, quickly built villagers. And now Blue has claimed every single sacred site now. Does go and build that palace and trying to deal with these forces. Does have a good number of defensive arrows thanks to nearby towers. But these Lancers are still doing some great work. Horsemen now charging forward. The extra arrows on this town center only does 6 damage like normal. And its keep has been destroyed. Battering rams pushing way forward now. Stone will be overran. These Lancers still seem to hit some of these horsemen. It's not going to go great for the horsemen, honestly. A good number of Janissaries as well as crossmen in this region. Janissaries do have a very, very high rate of fire, so they don't really overkill as much as like regular hand cannoneers. Now Orange going to go for a forward keep. Over here, this point's being neutralized. All points being neutralized. There's a relic inside this outpost as well. Go for more outposts. This outpost will go ahead and going down. This looks like 2 counterweight trebuchets, 2 battle rams here. Does have a good number of lights for front line as well. Blue has a severely inferior force at the moment. He needs to blow out as many units as possible. Currently, he's not blowing out anything. Trying to go for the Elite Horseman upgrade? Or Elite Lance next, apparently. Trying to do these Battering Rams now. Does get a good body block there with his Horseman. But it's there onto the outpost. Need to use emergency repairs. Now got cannon placement there. Does have the relic inside of it. And that outpost will go down. There's 3 counterweight trebuchets here. Forward Orange Castle here. Who's still not building up any sort of significant force. Needs to blow out everything. Anything and everything. Horsemen will be fine against this crossbowmen. But not exactly versus Janissaries. There's a relic there. He may try to get it inside this keep. Still has access to emergency repairs if he so chooses. He may go and save for this keep. We do not have some sort of cannon on the field. That could be a culverin as opposed to a falconet. The keep is now being hit as the Gale right inside, increasing the armor, damage, sight range, weapon range, all that sort. We're being upgraded the cannon now. Orange trying to now advance on forward. There's a nice choke point here, which is going to be good for Orange since he has so many crossbow Janissaries. Probably just go on down there, trying to get the Lancers. Keep still firing away. He could use emergency repairs. I will give him up his 25,000 health. I'll put him up to full health. Barely though. And the Culverin does go to going down. Emergency repairs have been activated on the keep now. Village is now starting to engage as well, but I think Blue's just being overran. He did not build out a large enough defense force when he saw that army. at this point in time, best not go for upgrades when your opponent's about ready to attack you. The autumn player is still on age 3 as well. Villagers being brought to the line. He gets these villagers. He has the Palace of Swabia. Let's see, got one of those trade machines there. We've got some battery rams in the mix as well. Villagers starting to get gunned down now. He will be able to take out all of those. The keep is still up and going. Says now the sword going replacement as well. One counterweight trade machine still remains, and the battery ram's now advancing forward as well. And blue does back up the game now. This is Adam Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's see if he has any more replays for us to take a look at. Maybe the one we just did. Oh, here's a 38-minute one. Same players. Yeah, already did those 2 players, so maybe not. Yeah, this one should be fine. Oh, modded. Come on, I don't want to download the mod. Oh great, it's going to download the mod. Yeah, I think that's the AGC. Yep, I guess we'll go to another player now. I don't feel like downloading a mod. Let's try this player. Hidden. Is that an emoji? I don't think I can copy this one. Oh, it's not an emoji, it's a like symbol. It's also hidden. Here we go. Got a lot of team games. Although solo stuff is from another. I don't feel like covering team games, but keep that in mind in case I do want to cover team games. Good thing it's a dog portrait to go along with that name. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 17 minutes. 14 minutes. 19 minutes. 12 minutes. 15 minutes. 12 minutes. We could do this one here. Let's take a look at that other one. 1 minute. Definitely not that one. Sorry about that. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 2 or Age of Empires 4 replay. So on the bottom left side as the Yellow Roost, we are Pro Ronisius. So on top right side as the Red English or 1 Puppy Paw. And since we have a Roost player on the field, let's go ahead and switch out of caster mode so we can take a look at the bounties. Yellow does find these deer. Yellow finds those deer as well. Red's going to take time and kill off the deer with his scout there. Yellow does find a wolf there. Very nice. This deer is so far unclaimed by either players. Red and yellow. Yellow's going to find the deer. That's very, very, very important. Look, red will claim 3 patches of deer. Patches deer? Bro, is it herded deer? What is a group of deer called? Currently, red is at, or yellow's at 235 bounty. Just needs a little bit more. Maybe find a wolf. And that should give him, yep, wolf is plus 25. So just needs to find a single wolf in order to get that bounty up. And there's this wolf there. So now he will have the tier 2 available. He will have to go for the high tower to get out tier 3. Both players have gone to the next age. Of course, got the Kremlin deployed on the field. And we got the Abbey of Kings. Having King's a less common one does get access to a slightly healthier early Knight. And the more I look at the King, as much as I want the King to be good, the King needs a buff, honestly. Maybe give him some passives and more other effects or casts as ages go on, because right now he's a 220 health early Knight. In comparison, early Knights have 190 health, and everything else is pretty much the exact same, I believe. So it also shows to point out how much early Knights are, how powerful they are, and with the hoping next update, the Mongols get their variations of it, known as a Keshik. Won't be as tough as a Knight, early Knight, but does have some unique properties to it, and also slightly cheaper. So I think in the next patch, the Mongols should be very, very deadly, and they actually have much more aggressive potential. And they're supposed to be like the more aggressive faction as well. Knight and Horseman charging forward. Spearmen are in the mix there. Does get a good hit there on this Horseman. But the thing is, he got a hit on the Horseman, which the King can patch him up. Both these Horsemen are wounded, and they will be healed, be healed up shortly. As long as the King himself doesn't receive any hits there, he can help sustain that force for quite some time. The Scout is here also in the region, ready to spot for the King the most dangerous game. Horseman in the region, but Hill does have a good number of defensive spearmen here. Does spot that lower health villager there, does get a stab onto her. And now he's trying to build this other town center. He has another spearman to defend. He may have to take a hit there. He's going to try to camp this. Once he gets it built, he needs to get inside the town center. Horseman that gains good healing there, and then back on off. More spearmen, very, very nice. And there we go, got the town center now, ready to claim up that deer. Got these miners trying to run away now. You guys have a good number of defensive spearmen. They just got also the hardened spearman upgrade. I think the mix of that as well. Don't think they had hardened spearmen earlier when that town center was being built. My apologies. He has a good number of spearmen in this region, ready to engage these horsemen. I'm starting to clean up these deer, getting some great food income from there. Oh, was that the... Yeah, okay, that is the King's Palace being pulled out in the field. So it looks like Red's eyeing for our fast castle. And these horsemen do find a stab there, but I'm getting kills. Spearmen here to defend as well. This area has not been walled off, nor right there, so these horses are going to rotate around. The King may have received some damage there. He only said the same health. This fortified palisade wall will go ahead and go on up. Let's get the charge bonus there to perhaps try to wrap around a little bit better. Now do got a pair of knights deployed on the field, early knights. Wheelbarrow has been researched for yellow. Got these forces pushing way forward. Scout does spot this group. The Scout's trying to be hunted down now. And Red now has reached the castle age. And with the King's Castle, that does count as a second town center. This one has deployed out 2 town centers at the moment as well. So, and hasn't been able to get a large villager advantage now, did he? My apologies. Do you have these forces trying to push them forward? We've got the King here as well. Early Knights do find a good strike there. Split the fire, but does kill off one of those villagers. Scout's still alive. Spearmen trying to charge him forward once again. Give their distance. These horsemen are advancing forward. The king is right here. And these horsemen will find these villagers, so able to quickly take them out. It would take time to remove these mills. This one's much better placed. And now it's going to try to rotate around, hit these villagers. Scout's still alive. Scout's severely wounded though. And now the villagers do find a good volley there. Taking out Scout could be very useful. It does take out one of the villagers there. Very nice. And now these knights are starting to engage. Spearmen trying to charge them forward, trying to deal with these knights, getting some good damage there. More horsemen being pushed forward, or early knights. And now trying to deal with these villagers. Villagers do find some arrow hits there. Good hits there onto the knight, or onto the king. Spearmen getting some great hits there. Doesn't need to fall back to Abbey Kings, get some health regen. Knights being pulled on back there, very, very nice. And now the Tensor does find some arrows there as well. Got an early knight that's severely wounded, a scout that's severely wounded, and 2 spearmen in the region, which are all severely wounded. Horsemen have denied all the deployment of those palisade walls there. You now have some 45 to 40 villagers at the moment, and now Yellow's going for the Abbey of the Trinity. Spearman charging forward, and does get a good stun shot there, but the Spearman is getting overwhelmed. Thanks to the fact by the villagers getting some good fire support there. Early Knights will find a villager kill there, getting a nice charge there at the current rate. Red could use the textiles to prevent that alpha strike damage. Horsemen trying to burn down some of these hunting camps there. Now the Abbey Trinity is almost fully built, and this early Knights falling them back now. These early Knights trying to fall back away from the Knight. And over here we've got the village trying to build these palisade walls there. Horsemen getting some good hits there, and does manage to get the wall off there. And now going to start throwing some torches there. Villagers could try stabbing the remaining horsemen. We've also got a hunting camp there. Good dance around there with the knights, able to pull them back to the Abbey Kings, get some good healing there. Does get some lose some health there on the villagers. Horsemen charging forward. Does find the knights, early knights in this region. And his remaining villagers will be saved. He also has a slight villager advantage. Now got the king and knight pushing way down south. There's a spore here. He has not put out wooden fortress to keep this area secure. The knight, however, and the king have poor spotting. They cannot see that easily. These palisade walls are trying to be built now. Great damage there on that villager. Does deny those palisade walls from being pulled out, and the knight's going to be retaliating. Getting some good health regen on these forces. Another layer of palisade walls going on up. Now going for wooden fortress over here, just make sure that area stays secure. We got a nice placement of hunting camp here to get some good gold. These knights are starting to make their way forward and backwards. Going fast forward a little bit. Yellow's still trying to get some harassment done. We now have the Boyar's Fortitude being researched. We now have some overall double broad axe being researched. We do have these knights advancing on forward. Does have some good defensive knights here, as well as some spearmen. Kremlin can get some fire support in this region as well. And now going for... Oh, I just realized something. That's Boar. And we'll find these villagers there, unable to build out wooden forces in time. And we'll go and take out all those villagers in near instant. Mini camp will go in and go on down. Not sure how much food's left in that Boar as it gets... it's not down for the survival techniques either. That could have been helpful collecting up those resources. The Boar still... that Boar only has a small amount of food left there. Going with that wooden fortress that late was definitely not worth it. These Knights do manage to find their way forward, getting some good hits there on these villagers. Even though Yellow lost all those villagers building that wooden fortress, Yellow still has a slight advantage on his villager count. These Knights trying to fall back away from Red's Knights. You have this Knight. Oh, did not properly focus fire onto the wounded Knight. Zalek Doggy does go down there. Now got these militia all expiring right there. Barring these two, they do go down now. More of these Knights trying to push way forward, trying to break through Red's base. And these Knights do get some damage there onto these villagers. Got these Knights here trying to burn down that palisade gate. These Knights are trying to push way forward, get some good kills there on these Knights. Red is dropping a lot of villagers. Yellow also has plenty compared to his opponent, but Red does have a very, very good number of Knights. But needs time to rebuild some of these palisade walls there. These early Knights or regular Knights are still doing some great work there. Red's Knights are just trying to pursue, and more of these Red Knights charging forward. Even the wounded ones managed to get a good strike in there without being retaliated against. Over here, these Red Knights advance forward as well. Health regen aura from the Kings being very, very handy. These Knights are falling back. These Knights will get overran. He does spot this wooden fortress here, as is the hunting cabin, but overall that stuff is not providing any sort of value for the foreseeable future. We have a forward mining camp here. Pair of Knights advancing forward, trying to overrun some hit these villagers. Down south, got the Knights engaging each other now. Looks like a handful of villagers may have went down there. He also has a superior number of villagers at the moment. Over here, we've got these Knights pushing way forward, getting some good damage there on these villagers. Villagers do have, of course, the Castle Network bonus as well. And right now, it does provide 50%, does not have the 40% just yet. Knight being pursued, receiving quite a bit of fire there, and that Yellow Knight will go on down. More Red Knights here. These Knights need to regroup because the King provides some great health regen benefits. Right, universal health care if you work for the King. Starting to heal up now. Over here, we've got more Knights charging forward. We'll find a good strike here on one of the villagers. Does take out that villager. And that Knight does go on down now. Let's get inside the tower right there, and that tower will quickly go down by all of these Knights. We got now a line of palisade walls there. These Knights are charging for as well. Does have a nearby warrior monk as well. They do have now Saint's Blessing being affected there, giving them +2 damage, +1 armor. These horses will go ahead and fall them back now. Couple housing being employed on out. Warrior monk, 2 warrior monks in this region, getting some good health regen on these forces. Right now, both sides could pull out crossbows. That will be a very effective item, as well as spearmen. You got melee armor now being researched by Red. More of these warrior monks being put on the field, as well as a couple spearmen. Before warrior monks, there's going to be some great health regen there. This force over here gains some good health regen from the king. So both sides are getting their armies healed on up. I'm going to fast forward because right now they're both macroing, and now I'm going to see him pass a massive knight engagement here. We got 32 plus 4. Over here we got 36. So the numbers are quite similar. And the militia already drawing a lot of fire there. Now got a massive engagement here. It's hard for me to tell who's going to win. I hear some spearmen, I hear some crossbowmen. Warrior monks getting some healing on there as well. Red is going to fall back. The Saint's Blessing was not in effect right there. Red has +1 armor, +1 damage. Yellow has +2 damage, +1 pierce armor. Got the castle network here, but the castle network does, of course, will fade very shortly since the fact that he's no longer has that tower nearby. The king does go down right there as well. So the king does, just at this point in time, is a heavy horseman. Or heavy knight. Got a massive engagement here. It's hard for me to tell who's actually winning. Warrior monks not pushing forward. We've got now a spearman or militia charging forward, trying to support his force. And now these horsemen trying to get some good damage there. Some red knights do get pulled on out there. There's a pretty good choke point here. King, then what's it called? Can't select it. King's Palace gives some good damage there. Its arrows don't do any additional damage, nor does it have a base attack arrow as well. Red's now eyeing to collect up some gold there. And this militia should be fading soon. 20 seconds remaining. Might as well just have the militia just charge forward. And all those militia do go down now. Palisade wall will go down, and these warrior monks will see some good healing, or gives out some good healing. A couple spear in the mix as well, and the spearman going perhaps charge forward. He's got a outpost being plotted out there that'll give a good defensive buff here. No, the king's not being reported for red, and just going for more knights, not diversifying his force anymore, or at all. Warrior monks will get those guys all topped off. Red's knights are still not healed up. Red's now yellow's now pushing forward with a massive force here. He may, there's no gates over here, so he can't simply just delete the walls and run away. Got a massive gate here. These villagers need to fall back or get overran at the current rate. And Red is going back out of the game now. This is Angry saying thank you for watching. On to the next replay. While this replay is loading or exiting out, I need to use the restroom. I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's see now. Does this person have any more replays? There. And wasn't that one? That was the one we did. And I don't think there's any other replays for we can look for him. So let's go on to the next person. I don't think this name I can find people all too well. Take a random guess. Nope. Maybe someone here? Nope, so I'm not sure how to find that person. Let's go on to this person next. And we do have some games here. Some of them are custom, recent games as well. I think I may have cast some replays with this person from finding the other players. 42 minutes. Ottoman versus French. Before I do that, let me just make sure I didn't cast this one already. Luckily, I'll change them or upload those videos already. Nope, I have not cast this replay. And there's a mod. Of course. On the next player. We got some games here. 16 minutes. 20 minutes. 33 minutes. I'm gonna do this one. And it's not a mod. Perfect. Took a little bit longer than expected. My apologies. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the right side as the Green Roost with Sazami. Spawn on the left side as the Red Abbasid Dynasty. We have White W Eater Z. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Since we've got a Roost player, let's go and switch out of caster mode so we can see the bounties. This map has a bunch of small deposits of deer, so if you want to go for a deer collection, you can go for that technology. And Green does snipe that last deer right there. Very, very nice. Do we see another scout on the field? We do got a scout here. He's trying to herd these deer in. At this point in time, it's probably a good idea just to kill them off. Good job of herding right there. Very, very good job of herding there. That's something I tried to do earlier in one of the games I was playing, and I failed at it miserably. You know, we do now the Kremlin on the field. He is approaching enough. This will give him enough bounty there for tier 2. So he does claim tier 2. Getting pretty close. Pretty close to tier nowhere near enough close to tier 3. Still needs another 190. So let's go and switch out of the caster mode now, since we know how much bounty he has at the moment. And we do have the economic research as well as the Kremlin. Kremlin could be a little bit. It's good defensive placement, but probably could have deployed over here to get the improved resource drop-off, because it is classified as a wooden fortress with that massive radius. So I could have got him some. If he would have deployed it right there, that would have provided him some good coverage. Now the towns are deployed out by Reds. Both players are eyeing for town centers. Militia charging forward, getting good scout off. And a couple more militia now charging forward with their glaives. And they do fall down there. And oh, very fast castle. There's at the high trade tower there. That will of course give him some good amount of food as well as more trade bounty, which will also give him some good gold. As in fact, his gold income is solely off of that. Looks like more militia just charging forward. I'm not really sure what he's trying to do with the militia. More militia here. He's really trying to push them as scouts. We got scouts. Green scouts area does deny this region. Everyone's gonna be building up that mill there now. Green signing for some walls over here. Very, very forward walls. We also now got some warrior monks there. This has to be some sort of like impromptu truce replay because both sides are going for very defensive. Got a good number of militia deployed out here, and Green's trying to go for this relic way over here. And thanks to the higher movement speed, he can perhaps immediately grab it, try to go for a conversion, and perhaps try to grab his opponent. Just going for extra layers of walls in this little choke point there. And this warrior monk will be engaged by scouts. Scouts can easily go down to a warrior monk. Scouts could basically do no damage, 1 damage, and that's warrior monk does get stabbed by spearmen. I wonder as well, seeing those early warrior monks there, will that convince Red that he's gone for Abbey Trinity rather than the High Council trade? Not like that really makes a difference, but could. Now this monastery will be fully garrisoned.
Что накажете?
يعجبني ذلك. Противный блин стоит. Ожидаем
Scouts going forward. We'll see a lot of spear stabs now. He does go down there now.
تم جيدا.
Right now, this gold is in no man's land. If you go check a look at each player's gold deposits, Green does have this extra gold deposit up here, so Green could potentially outlast his opponent when it comes to gold. Good number of man-at-arms and men-archers now in this region. Up north, he has claimed the boar there. He's probably definitely at the max out trade bounty now to that boar. And now Red has gone for some Castle Age. She has to research the... was it the military wing? Yep, the military wing. Men-arms and archers advancing forward. Got a good number of spearmen. This force can counter this force quite easily. Horseman does see a bit of fire there. Quick burst from archers could take him out. Now I do have some camel riders here. He must be expecting the knights to be pulled him out, but there is no knights. And now Green has split out some forward archer ranges with a stable and barracks in tow. Green's now trying to eye for a castle here. He's just turn around and fire against these guys. Good hits there. Villagers will likely build the wooden fortress in time. Immediately needs to get a regarrison. Does have a siege workshop there. Finds a very good volley there. We get those villagers inside of that wooden fortress. Does get a garrison. And now going for the arrow split as well. Camel riders, one of them does go down there now. Got this warrior monk charging forward. Does have the unease bone debuff there. The wooden fortress is still garrisoned there. And now going out for a forward barracks inside his bones broken walls. We got a pair of barracks now being employed on out. And also a 4th relic has been claimed by Green as well. So a lot of research coming out by Green. Let's take out that mill there. You got an outpost here. These villagers need to get inside the outpost. The early knight does take him out. Well, that's just a knight, not an early knight. More barracks are employed on out. Yellow or red may need to go off with some crossbowmen. He does have a handful, 7 crossbowmen, so he's going for crossbowmen. As men-at-arms building out a couple spring guards. And now it's all started going down. Put it there by the Mangonel. The Mangonel does do a bit of extra damage for his buildings. Red is trying to dig his way into Green's base. That could make a very big difference there, if that happens. Now these villagers are starting to get hit there. Got the Spring Gold and Mangonel push way forward. Let's get a nice defensive line of walls there, but it's not fully encased over here. Counterweight Trebuchet advancing forward, trying to get some damage there onto the archery range. Gringotts firing away as well.
Наказ есть.
Red advancing forward with this nice sizable army there. As Meganel will find a small hit there. Archer's firing away. Green at this one time may want to go for some crossbowmen because he's fighting against the man-at-arms now. Gringotts charging forward, does get a good volley there onto the Meganel. Doesn't take it out, however. One of the Gringotts must not have fired. And now Green's position will get over red. Does get screen that Meganel now. Where Monk is trying to get a stab there, but does see a charge breaks there.
Яко прикажете.
Counterweight Trebuchet still getting some damage on these various structures. This wooden fortress will go in and go on down. And Green's going to take time to fall back in this region and reinforce. Pattern horseman research, which will be very useful versus these archers. Not a lot of spearmen put out for red at the moment. There's a couple now. The Opposite Tendency player does have very, very little food at the moment. He's spending his food constantly, and he's definitely deep burrowing into Green's base. He is trying to make a breach there. Does have a handful of farms supporting this region. And now Red's going for a defensive keep in this region, using his opponent's own walls against him. But his opponent still has a counterweight Trebuchet firing away. Gringotts needs to start advancing forward, going for a Battle Ram here. Battle Ram's not complete.
لقد مشهودا جيدا.
Keeps firing some rounds there at that fortified palisade gate. Gringotts need to push forward. Battering rams do receive a volley there. Good at theirs on the keep. And that battering ram does go on down. With a lot of palisade gate walls going over here. Green's not really planning to advance in that region either way. Doesn't have a palisade gate. Red is making closer and closer to Green's base. And keep receiving more and more fire now. Looks like the what's that? The Meganel or Counterweight Trebuchet does go down right there. Red does break the area, does have a springbolt going down. Battle Ram's leading the charge. Red does have a decent amount of man-at-arms in the front line. Green does have some crossbow for defense, but the siege weapons on both sides starting going down. Red's Battle Ram is receiving quite a bit of damage. Green does have good force here. Most of these archers are a good light unit. There's a bit of archer war there. Spearmen also going down. Red does have a number of crossbows in this region, and Green's force is slowly go down now. Let's get some damage there. Red is getting pretty close to breaching right there. Red may want to eye to get out of keeping that region before it gets too late. It looks like he's going to try to... Wow, lumber mill there? I'm not sure why he's trying to pull out a lumber mill there. Red's force is not getting cleaned up. Thanks to some good defensive Meganels there. And just fall back to the villagers now, or some of them. These villagers just getting annihilated. Red does have a weird number of villagers. At this point in time, yeah, Red should eye getting a keep in this region. Because if he's going to make a breach, he wants that deployed well ahead. Just get it well ahead deployed out. Green just complete those walls there in order to open up that area so he can place out a keep. Trying to advance on forward.
وقت العمل.
تم البناء.
More kind of way trebuchets being pulled out by green. And I'm still very, very keen in this area. Red does not have any stone income, which is going to make a big difference relatively soon.
Построено есть. Радость велия есть.
Red, or I should say green, doesn't have any stone. I saw the red flag. Red does have a bit of stone, but not all in reserve. Not collecting stone at the moment. We do actually have some stone being collected up here now. Aaron's pushed way forward. Got some spearmen and crossbowmen in their area. Red's advancing forward with a good number of archers. It's good item to counter his current composition. Springold's advancing forward. Alright, getting some hits there. Trying to beat his forces, but having trouble targeting the Springold and the Mangonel. Green does lose another Springold there. Battering ram poking away against this build of construction keep. Does lose the Mangonel in that group. Got a very good number of trebuchets here. And Red's almost reached this area. Put another layer of lumber camps there. Springold does go down there, and his keep will not be completed. Green needs to cancel that keep and get any sort of refund he can. All those villagers do go down there. Keep is seeing lots of fire there. Red's having trouble reinforcing this region. He does have plenty of resources, not queuing up enough guys, I guess. And Spearman is not exactly wants to pull out. He's fighting mostly archers, has cannons with crossbows. Both Spearman and man-at-arms not going to be good items. Banner's pushed way forward. Got two Mangonels in the defensive right here. And Red's about ready to make a breach here. Red's about to make a breach. He's more prepared to deal with that. Red's now pulling off the castle there. I would say keep that stone for that impending breach. He's getting the culturing now. It looks like Red's Eye for Imperial Age. Mangonels and trebuchets are falling back. He does not have the faster moving siege upgrade, what's called greased axles. Trebuchets finds a volley there, gains some damage. Now Mangonels is getting overran. Green's not going for defensive castle there. Red's going for forward production. And it's all this infrastructure will go on down. Let's just say a forward castle is more defensive castle. In which, how much can they see right now?
Построено крепко есть.
This may be just sort of replay. I don't think he can spot those trees missing if he can. Honestly, don't know the exact logistics of what Fog of War looks like when switching between players. We can't see over. Red can't see over as well. But they're getting really, really close to seeing each other. Green has stabilized on this flank here. Red still needs to build this infrastructure, and all this infrastructure still being cleaned up by these battering rams. Red's attack has stalled out. Red does also have a large number of villagers, and small military at the moment. The large number of villagers means he can pull out less military units as well. I wonder. Oh, do battering rams not cost any population room? Interesting. Is that correct? Is that just something? Yeah, apparently batteries don't cost population room according to the replay. I thought they did cost population room. Interesting. Oh, now they definitely should spot each other now. Yep, they definitely spot each other. Ooh, and neither players realize that they're right next to each other. Oh, I think Green just realized it. Destroyed all those lumber mills. It's going to be pulling out a keep now. He may have bought some stone for this. It's going to build up with all these villages, and this keep will go up in no time. And this problem, Red was going aggressive, trying to breach his opponent, and he failed to actually get the first strike. Green reacted. Red was the aggressor in that situation, and he failed to probably do it. And now we've got the keep now put on the field. go try supplementing with some additional wooden fortresses to get some additional arrow fire. A lot of these villagers going down, but red has plenty of villagers now.
المدقة نتحرك.
High armory not being pulled up by green. He is still not kind of pure rage. Large number of these villagers have gone down. Red's advanced support with these battle rams with archer support. Has some hand cannoneers deployed on out as well. Battle rams should be doesn't look focused down right now. Seems like it's there by the spring gold. We got some lancers that sort of charging it forward as well. Spring gold's getting some hits there on these various battle rams. Not hitting the low health one yet. Getting some sporadic damage. Getting some good hits there. Now advancing next to Age. Keeps still firing away. Battle rams still pushing way forward. These trebuchets could fire some shots there to steal these battle rams. Red's just pushed forward with some more units. And Red's now going for his own defensive keep in this region. We now have the Wandering Town, which gives them increased damage for the rams by 50%. It heals, and also have self-regenerating rams. Very, very nice. What if that's in combat or out of combat? Green's keep will go down. He has not put out enough defense here. These horsemen will push forward to deal with some of these forces. Green's force is just collapsing. He's having trouble maintaining, getting hit by multiple angles. He has no military units at the moment. He has one producing. Is he just AFK at the moment? He's playing on battle rams. He has plenty of resources. Might as well pull out some horsemen, crossbowmen, a mix of everything. This force is starting to advance forward. Green's battle rams are trying to push on forward as well. Going for some extra barracks in the back line. Is that some production? These are siege workshops. He literally had no production? Oh, that's a big oversight there. Trying to deal with these structures that are being built. Red's battle rams pushing way forward, getting some great damage there. Red's just streaming some various units into here. Keep still firing away. The Keep does not have any upgrades on it. Not cannon, not the spring gold replacement. Let's have the garrison as well, so these horsemen will be ripped apart. Up north, looks like these mining camps are going down. The villagers trying to stab the other villagers. Still got these battle rams in this region. These villagers need to stop collecting throwing torches. This Keep's still in a good position there, but now the Keeps are firing each other. No upgrades on either of them. Green's battle rams push away north. Red's battle rams putting some hits in as well. This game sort of went a bit strange for all these battle rams, honestly. Battle rams do go down there. This concept does go down as well. Not sure what Green is doing at the moment. He's not building anything at the moment. He has plenty of food and gold. He needs to start selecting all these guys and start pulling out a whole bunch of units. Going for a handful of Streltsy, as well as some sort of build queue being deployed on out right there. Oh, it's pulling out Spearmen. Yep, they're right there. I spoke the wrong queue. Spearmen being deployed on out. Trying to deal with these horsemen. Battle rams still going around. Villagers trying to deal with battle rams. Green has plenty of resources to get out mana arms as well. Might as well pull them out. Just pull out anything at this point in time. You can't exactly be picky. Green's castle has received quite a bit of use now. These villagers trying to collect some more wood. Brings down to a large number of villagers. And these villagers still trying to pillage, destroy these battle rams. Red's still advancing forward with more and more battle rams on the northern flank. These villagers are getting overran. Spearmen trying to stop these guys. Battering rams still choking up the region as well. Horsemen just charging them forward. Villagers getting hit by green. He's not producing a lot of villagers at the moment. He's just slowly decaying away. Trying to build more villagers from town center. And a lot of these farms have gone down as well. I'm not sure what area he has collecting food at the moment, but not a lot of food is being collected. And maybe just relics. Spearmen are advancing forward, trying to deal with this force. Both sides are pushing forward, battering rams at each other's keep. Both each other's keep will go down. Red's now shooting forward with some archers as well. The archers can be effective versus these spearmen. They weren't being stabbed by the spearmen. These battering rams not going to see some hits there from the spearmen. So we've got these horsemen moving around. Greece has a good amount of villagers in this region, collecting as much wood as possible. He's avoiding low. He's using his gold to buy food. Now these spearmen charging forward. Red has spent his reserve of gold. Looks like a big wave of not a step lancers. So he's fighting against spearmen. Maybe a good idea to go for archers and man-at-arms instead. Both sides it's becoming a base race situation. Reed's trying to plug up this hole. Red still has plenty of villagers at the moment. Aaron's still turning forward. The Kremlin. Is that going to be his last landmark? Is that game? And that's game. That game went stupid very quickly, honestly. This is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Is there any more replays for me to look at? I think that was, yeah, that's the one we just did. 22 minutes, we could potentially do that one. 22 minutes again. 16 minutes. Oh, here's a 43 minute. Is this the one I did earlier? I can't remember if I did. Nope, it was Mongols and Malians. Oops, sorry, I hit my microphone. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. So on the south bottom right side as Yellow Mullions, we have a foreign name. So on top left side as the Cyan Holy Roman Empire, we have Salami. I still can't pronounce his name. Salami? Salami 1. Let's go and fast forward either way. My apologies. We got a mill being put out here. He's doing a good job of herding these deer towards the mill as well. Very, very nice. Gold's being claimed there. We do got the mining pit here, getting a good trickle of gold. And now we do have, oh, the Mansa quarry. That's not the mining pit. Wait, or it is. Yeah, that's definitely the one that provides either gold or stone. Of course, got the Minework Palace being put out of the field, not the Akin Chapel. This one does allow some unique technologies, such as like getting some acid blacksmiths, technology research here, and has unique technologies. And that unique technologies does provide some very powerful benefits. Because of course, the cheaper you can, I've actually lost to a man-at-arms rush due to this building. So not only the technology is cheaper, so you can go for a cheap resistance upgrades in case your opponent will try to pull out some mass archers. So you can get some really, really durable man-at-arms from fighting this, which is not to overrun a town center. You now have the Warrior Scout upgrade as well, so Warrior Scouts are now roaming around. A very, very effective and very cheap horseman. horsemen are what, 120-10 or 120? The warrior scouts are just straight up 90. They have the same stats as horsemen. They also have very, very good health regen and very good mobility. Trying to build an outpost here. Going for an archery range as well. Trying to heal up the villagers while in combat. Very nice. And should be able to perhaps get inside of the outpost. Now fires a good volley of arrows. Cow has been claimed. Of course, the cows can be built for a bit of food there. Cost 90 gold. Not sure how much food those cows have. They do have 500, so half a board. These villagers are receiving some hits there by these scouts. These warrior scouts are of course very effective. They can hit and run quite easily. They do have great health regen, and it's in combat health regen as well. So they should be able to go back on in. They need to fall back, and the health regen will go ahead and keep these guys quite healthy. Those lose that one horseman though. And these other two are going to fall back and get them healed up in no time. This warrior scout charging forward, receives some hits there. And does take that one out as well, not really paying attention. Go with the arrow slip research here, just get some more defense to deal with these horsemen. You now have the range damage. So this is maybe a transition to some archers. Yeah, he does have a handful of archers split on the field. These warrior scouts do get some damage there onto these archers. They don't get any bonus damage versus the range units, like the horsemen. But they're still able to close the distance. We do not have these guys push way forward. We're trying to deal with the housing around this mining pit. Let's have some good defensive archers there. Let's get a good volley there. Warrior scouts see a bit of hits there, and now it's decided to come back on off. There's too many warrior scouts from the early state in the region. Sign does have good force here, being upgraded now with the marching drills, get some more mobility. Let's find some hits there. The warrior scouts are focusing down this spearman quite significantly. Now this warrior scouts gonna push on forward, trying to find some other forces. We'll find this lone archer there. Does get some slices there, and gonna be pushing forward, trying to find some villagers. Does cancel that one structure there. Throw some torches there, and now it's going to be hitting these villagers now. Get some good healing there, and now these warrior scouts maybe want to come back over here. So I'm just going to advance into his opponent. Using the archers, engage the archers. Very nice. Let's find these individual units there. Focus them off. Very, very good. Hitting these reinforcing units, denying the reinforcements can be very, very useful. We got these archers receive a bit of damage there. The mining pit's almost going down. Getting rid of that will deny his opponent his gold income. Very, very good. Now Sign's gonna be backing on off. Sign or Yellow does have some another mining pit down here, getting some good gold income. Plus he does have the monster quarry. So I just want to research the cows. I'm not really familiar with the cows. These cattle that can be harvested by food by a villager or garrisoned within cattle ranches for food over time. So you may want to get out some cattle ranches for that. Let's now push forward over here. The sign player could advance forward. Does have some horsemen on the field. The horsemen, of course, do a bit of extra damage versus range. Get some good hits there on these archers. I'm really focusing down. Does get the Fallen Blood Garrison deployed on the field now. He can spend his units as only gold on those units and get a bit of a discount there.
Wir haben gewonnen!
These horsemen now fully healed up, trying to find some more raiding on these villagers. And now these horsemen trying to overrun these archers. Let's see some hits there from the opposing archers. More of these housing going down. The Mauling player still has some population space, so losing housing not a huge issue. It does have a villager there. It does have a slight villager advantage. It does find this prelate there. It will go and finish off the prelate. Let's get the prelate inside, as well as some villagers as well. Some of these warrior scouts will be going down to the garrison. And that villager will go on down. There's of course a mining camp there. His opponent will scout it out and will find it and start torching it. You now have the veteran archer upgrade. Science still in feudal age. One is of course in castle. Mine will be go on down, which will deny this gold income. This one has been rebuilt, and it's starting to rebuild some of these other housing as well. Yeah, all the housing there, very nice. Yellow does find a good engagement there on some science reinforcements, and does find these villagers as well. So these horsemen will start slicing up. There's spearmen in the mix as well. It does take up that spearman. We got a mill over here, collecting up some of those deer. Now the Fallen garrison's pulling out some archers. Very, very nice. As Spearmen do clean up all of those housing down there. It does put the Mauling player in pop cap, so you need to pull out some more housing. And that's a big wave of population cap there. Warrior scouts do get killed down by those spearmen there. You just need to fall back. There's a way too big of a force here. He needs Donzo as well as javelin throwers against this force. He has a good number of archers, but they're starting to get overran. He needs to get these villagers inside this garrison. And that Cow Tower will get some good defense as well. Guys can follow down the spearmen, take out some of these horsemen. Got more archers facing forward, getting some good hit. Focus down these horsemen now. And some of these spearmen. Spearmen do pose a threat to the structure of the torches. And Sign does go back on off now. Archers advancing on forward. And kills off the sheep. The handful of villagers in this region. Does also have a tower here. Let's quickly get it garrisoned up. It has a relic inside as well. Archers getting some good damage there, trying to keep the spearmen away from these forces. More archers being put out by Yellow. He needs to pull back his archers, get them regrouped. And another massive wave of archers here with a warrior scout for spotting in the dense brush here. Get some good hits there on all these archers. As Knight does find a good strike there. Knight is a good item to engage that force, just needs more of them. And now it's going for the range armor upgrade. Side's going for a spring golden placement here, as well as going for the veteran spearman upgrade. So now the stable being pulling out some more knights, very, very good. Knights are a good counter to his opponent's current composition. Get some good hits there on these forces. And I do hear a spring gold replacement hitting some of these archers down here. He was trying to fall back these archers. He needs Donzo. He can't rely on archers all the time. Does take out that knight finally. Do I have a link for games? I do have some more replays if you're looking for that. But when it comes to finding replays, you have to use the replay system. You don't download replays and share them out. Sorry, that's simply not a possibility. You have to find them through the browser. I'm not sure what you're asking for. Archer's advancing on forward, trying to find some good angles in this villagers, but right now he simply doesn't have vision around these trees. The brush is a little bit too dense. He does now find some vision there, getting some good hits there on these villagers. Nice advancing forward, trying to get some good hits there onto these archers. Spearman also in the mix as well, but he's not fighting against any cavalry at the moment. He's going to go for the poison arrow upgrade as well as more range armor. Knights, however, do have their range armor, and so these archers doing minimal damage. Knights still getting some great hits there. Let's find this however you pronounce that. The priest does go on down. These forces starting to fall on back. I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about. Can you explain a little bit better? We do have these villagers gathering some berries down here. We do have a wolf biting this villager here. And this site's now being captured up by Cyan. This one has been captured up by Yellow. This one can be reclaimed with another fresh priest. He does not have some hardened Donzo to play on the field, which would be good versus his opponent. The hardened Donzo do have one default melee armor as well. And that wolf does go down, almost taking out the villager along with him. So we're making his advance thanks to the marching drills. These ground infantry units are able to move quite quickly with the knight. And this villager is receiving some hits there and getting healed up by the M. Such as the infant cycle of being bitten by a wolf and getting healed up while in combat. Over here, Yellow's archers push quite far forward. We'll find no villagers to harass. Cyan does have less villagers than his opponent right now, 50 to 58. You got a number of cows in this region. Appears not to point out any cattle farms just yet. Cattle farms are no, that's a toll outpost. The offensive line of sight can be upgraded back to the side. Passive traders, yeah, that's. The cattle ranch is a Castle Age technology. Provides some good food generation there. We have these forces now pushing way forward, trying to engage this ground army. We do have a good number of, a handful of Donzo, not a whole lot. Good number of knights charging forward, trying to get some good damage on in. More Donzo pushing forward. He needs them to hold back these knights, but they're sort of just stringing on in. They're not attack to move forward. Knights are seeing quite a bit of fire there. They're also being severely poisoned. They're just trying to start a step away, slowly being whittled down. Cyan's also started stepping forward in order to help engage these forces. Both of them have increased movement speed. And the Yellow's going to stand there and fight, allowing these forces to really engage each other. It's going to be a messy engagement. It's going to be a pure victory for either side, whoever wins. It looks like Yellow will win out, give him enough time with all the reinforcements. Science will pull out slightly ahead. That textile's been researched by Sign now. That's going down to have, looks like more gold being cleaned up by Yellow. And looks like Sign will be forced back. He has received a lot of damage there. You have a mining pit still here. The mining pit appears to still provide gold income, even if its deposit's actually fully gone underneath it. We can't be losing these. If he does lose them, he will, of course, lose that free gold income. Wolf does get cleaned up there. We got a good number of villagers in this region trying to go for a defensive tower here. And he's probably just moving down here trying to decapture this sacred site. He may have spotted it with the oh, and then move order in general. Now going to go ahead and start engaging these villagers. May have just been trying to go down here to decapture it. Could have been, the villagers could have been spotted if they would have walked over the secret site as well, because that is constant vision there. I got some Dons trying to deal with these knights now. Myrock Palace has been researched on everything here, so now horsemen and spearmen do have additional armor. My apologies. He does have the +2 armor as well on the knights. Doesn't have any actually melee armor research as well, so these knights can still be very increased even more. There's a good number of knights deployed on the field as well as some supporting archers. And now Sign has deployed out a keep here in order to deny the trade. Going for a siege workshop as well. You have a good number of archers here, but that's not going to be very good versus these, the keep. But can deploy out some battery rams, so don't deploy out battery ram now. And the siege workshop, nothing being put out at the moment. Could deploy out battery ram as well. Yellow has a very, very little wood production as well, so Yellow needs to find to get some more wood. Now you can start claiming this opponent's gold, and claim the gold while the mining pit's still there. Apparently that can happen. I never knew that can happen. Also claim some food here with this deer. Now I've got this massive force moving forward with a pair of battery rams, but right now the keep. Let's get inside the keep now, firing away. Silence force could move down south. Got all the villagers on the inside, there's still the battery ram to contend with. And that is a battery ram, not a spring gold. Let's start putting some holes here now. This siege workshop will go down. Donzel's going to try to deal with that, not with the battery ram. Now the archer's trying to poison it, but of course you can't poison battery rams. Knights about advance forward could perhaps hit these reinforcements. Nice charge on forward, does find the archers. Archers now engaging the archers. Cyan may have trouble holding out this place. We got the villagers now throwing some torches here. The keep is set ablaze. The keep still fighting some good fire support there. It's going to be a victory for either way. Does get inside the keep once again. Going to try to get the arrows firing. The keep can be set ablaze for a bit of time. That's falling back. Archers starting to engage. Keep is still firing away. And this keep will hard counter all these infantry forces there. There's no more battery rounds. We even got a scout put on the field. Battery rounds will be cleaning up this southern region. Now it's time to get out of the keep and start repairing it up. Maybe on the far side of the keep. We're repairing up some, collecting gold for the other. The keep is no longer a set ablaze. We're gonna pull out some more battery rams, try to do that again. Side does have some force here. Yellow does have a very, very large army of 54 units. Blue does not have a whole lot of units at the moment, but trying to pull out some more knights. This force, we have Kasovich, so we know this assault's going to come again. Keep's going to be at around half health. Maybe a good idea to just keep these knights around for the time being, just in case. Yellow's now trying to advance forward once again. These knights are going to be very useful for a moment before they get quickly focused down. See some massive fire there, and now the knights will go on down mostly. Keeps almost fully repaired, trying to pull out another siege workshop, maybe trying to pull out some spring guards. Keep is not fully repaired on up, but is significant. More archers pushing forward. Sign does not have the same force down here as well. He's not firing away. Battering rams can't deal with other battering rams, and one of the battering rams is not engaging as well. He's getting these guys rotated around. Archers trying to engage the archers. Knights could advance forward. The villagers will may need to pop out relatively soon. Now maybe a good time for the villagers to pop out and start torching down these battering rams. Sign does have an inferior number of villagers as well. And now the villagers seem quite a bit fire as well. The battering rams will get a couple more hits there, trying to repair up the keep. And looks like the keep will go down. Maybe good idea to run away with these villagers now. Looks like one of the battering rams trying to repair up the keep at the last moment, and that battering ram still has some health. Does not have the improved health on his buildings just yet. And his keep will go on down. Yellow's advance forward, more archers, more Donzo. These batterings have destroyed all this infrastructure for Yellow, so you would have to kind of rebuild all that. Who's also now severely low on villagers. He may want to go for the Palace of Swabia relatively soon. He does not have nowhere enough food. Wolf's trying to bite some of these villagers. Yellow will go and take time to claim this gold mine up here. Knight is just patrolling around, maybe trying to camp that gold spot, but we'll spot the keep. He does go ahead and charge into one of the villagers. He would not be able to stop these villagers from building the keep, but at least we'll kill a couple. He does now advance forward with a big force of infantry. This keep or outpost does have a spring guard placement as well as a relic. Does go down. We got some good number of archers here. Great volley there by the Mangonel, getting massive damage. Gonzo's workhorse will see extra damage there from these archers. Those archers are all severely wounded, but there's simply just more of them. Right hit by the Mangonel, getting another deadly strike there. He's having trouble keeping the formation opened up, thanks to the fact that as these attacks, they start to group on up. Knight's not trying to pursue this force. And these knights are starting to go on down. Mangonel's trying to advance forward with these archers. Knights being focused down as well. Need some sporadic damage there. More archers being pushed forward. Let's claim this relic. This priest should advance forward to Eye for Conversion. So they advance forward. Eye for Conversion now. Does manage to escape on out of there before the conversion was complete. Very, very good. That also allowed the Simon's Archer to get a lot of free damage because of that. Two Mangonels in the region. Trying to deal with these forces. Let's get a good volley there on some of these archers. Side trying to attack his Mangonels. The Mangonels getting some great hits there on these archers. And now the Donzo are overrunning these Mangonels. He does try to run away with them. Donzo's trying to be cleaned on up. Finds a good volley there, taking out a number of them. curious about that landmark, which one it was. We've got another fresh tower here, has been upgraded, I think, with spring gold, yes it has, and has relic on the inside as well. Sign's not going for a bunch of stone there. You have some fresh traders being pulled out on the field. This house is out of radius as well. I got the fortified outposts as well. Sprinkles, do find a couple good qualities on the Donzin. As Donzin start going down, the Knights can push forward. That is a massive pair of hits there. Trying to throw up the Mangonels there. We've now got a pair of Spring Golds engaging the Mangonels. Knights now charging forward. Trying to deal with these Spring Golds. He needs these Mangonels to stay alive. Gets a great hit there as well. Spring Golds are now down. The archers could be overran. And Sign's going to be moving down south, maybe trying to hit this area once again. Both players have spent quite a bit of resources. They're both pretty far away from pure age. Both of them don't exactly have maximum number of villagers either. In fact, it looks like both sides are just going off of one town center.
Gib mir ein Angriffsziel.
Kilalu Benare. Wakatobe Tidaka. Alutaka. Yo Sila. Aluna.
Oh, down south, we got these Knights pushing way forward. A lot of houses there, but going for housing is not so great. He doesn't find any villagers to hit. He may be eyeing for this trade. It's one caravaner. That's not a lot. He's doing a good job cleaning up gold. He didn't build a mining pit on top of it, but now we do have a trebuchet now engaging. That's all trebuchet. Alonso trying to stop it, but got a spring gold in placement here. It does get taken out. Archer trying to push it forward, does find a keep here from Cyan, blocking off this region. Now these Knights are charging on forward, trying to get these villagers. He's going a little bit dangerous to do this. He also is in the middle between here and the mining encampment. So he's going to receive a lot of fire there. Let's go and get the villagers inside the keep now. And Cyan will be backing on off. We got a massive force here, including Spring Golds as well as Mangonels for yellow. Cyan does not have all 200 population available at the moment. Going for more battering rams. May want to split up his forces. Does split them up. Good. And we're going to be trying to deal with Cyan's keep now. Another trebuchet deployed on out. Outpost being pulled out here. Now, if you have the Knights do find engagement there on these villagers, need some more hits. There's a lot of dead cows here. Yellow's now dancing forward, gain some hits there onto Cyan's keep with those battering rams. Nothing here for defense other than some villagers trying to repair it up. Knights still charging around, trying to get some hits there on these various villagers. We'll find another good engagement here. Cyan's going for another keep here to deny this neutral trade. Keep seeing quite a bit of fire right now. Got a good number of archers in this region. We're going to throw as many arrows into it. Cyan does have a decent force here, and now does pick out that keep there to get a good engagement. There's only have one Mangonel in this region, so Cyan will be overran by these forces. Nice charging on forward. There's way too many Donzo for these Knights to charge any further, and they do get stunned there. Cyan does have a decent force of archers here to help engage his opponent. And Yellow does have, of course, those Mangonels and Spring Gulls, but they're not pushing forward with this army, which is a bit of a problem. Trebuchets may receive some fire there. It may be a great distraction for Cyan. Archers getting some good hits there. Batteries trying to charge him forward. Luckily, the Archers not hitting those battering rams first. Got a pair of Spring Gulls in this region as well. And these Trebuchets will go down. And does manage to spot these Yellow Spring Gulls advancing forward thanks to the fact that there is an outpost spotting. Mangonel may get overwhelmed there. Cyan's Knights are starting going down. He still has a good number of archers in this region. He does pick up that Spring Gull as well. Cyan's Spring Gulls may go down. He may want to focus down that Mangonel. The outpost does go down, so he no longer has vision range. Now it's all sporadic combat. And now Yellow's battering rams will go on down. Battering rams getting some good damage there. Mining Pit's almost set ablaze. It does have a good force here. Some of it's a little bit wounded, especially the battering rams. Cyan does. Oh, that's Yellow. Cyan does have a small force here. He's still outnumbered, almost 2 to 1, and he's currently throwing out some more and more archers. We do now have these Spring Gulls seeing some fire there. Archers now engaging, trying to get some good damage there. But it looks like Yellow's Collins and will manage to close the distance there. These forces need to start engaging as well. And perhaps the Knights can start hitting these archers. Cyan's archers reinforcements start being picked off one at a time. Knights trying to close the distance there. Need some these units on tap move, start hitting everywhere. Collins getting receive some massive there from the Mangonels, getting all wiped out. Both sides are losing quite a bit of force now. They're trying to back on off. Got this battering ram still punching some holes in those buildings. You know, if you've got a castle or a keep trying to be put out next to Cyan's keep, Cyan's villagers are trying to hit the Yellow's villagers, and those villagers will back off now. Pair of barons push way forward. Blue's now trying to push with some knights, but they do receive some columns of fire. Get some damage there. Cyan's archers still engaging, but now the Dons are not going to be overrunning the Cyan's archers. Don't have a lot of research. Both players still in Castle Age. Cyan does not have the food income to get to Impure Age. Yellow needs a bit more gold, but that's pretty far away from that as well. Cyan's going for a defensive keep here. It's outside the radius of a town center influence. And now I've got these Dons and getting some good hits there onto these battering rams. Nice to push on forward, do find engagement there onto these archers. You can number them down. Dons now coming in the mix as well. And I was like, Cyan's going to try to claim this gold. Both players are trying to conquer each other's gold deposits. This gold and this gold is what remains. There's still this gold deposit here, while Yellow doesn't have really any gold deposits remaining. No mining pit over here. Mining pit's still right here for the bit of passive gold. Yellow does also have the Monza Quarry for more passive gold. Cyan could try to go for some traders in the future, since his opponent has not really pushed towards a trade route location. Going for lake traders would be half bad. And Yellow's going to take time to finally get to Imperial Age, going for the Fortress of the Fort of the Huntress. That's the keep. Infantry units nearby landmark with edge stealth for 10 seconds. Warriors and gunners gain first strike, dealing more damage when breaking stealth. But now we've got these knights trying to advance forward, trying to stop the age up. And this, if you can stop the age up, that would be great. Yellow's losing a massive number of villagers now. Well, and he does stop the age up. He's losing all these villagers, and if Cyan's able to destroy this, it will put a massive dent in Yellow's. Well, that's going to be irrecoverable. Yellow needs to cancel this fortress. He can't be affording to take any more damage from that. Dawn's charging forward, but it's going to take time to save it. Knights are charging forward, trying to deal off more villagers. All these villagers are very, very important right now. Because right now, Yell's now done 43 villagers. Cyan is at 78. Got these forces moving forward against some various damage on these units. Let's find some more of these gunner archers going to engage them in close range. And Cyan's going to be back down off. Baron's charging forward. Cyan sells a decent force here, which could advance forward or go for defense. Now these archers will take on these Donzan. Yellow has now entered Imperial Age, but his economy is shot. He's down half the villager count as opponent. Not to mention, he doesn't really have the income to support as well. And since he is aged up, he no longer has the food reserves to pull out an army. He does have a good amount of gold. He needs to start to go to the market and buy food because he needs man-at-arms. Man-at-arms would be very effective for his force, barring the Mangonels. Oops. But then again, he's Malians. He can't exactly get. He can get most Sausage warriors, which are light, not heavy. So they can't get man-at-arms. I forgot about that. Though some sofas wouldn't be half bad then. Mangonels find a massive hit there on these archers. Science archers are getting some good hits on in. Now here comes another massive Mangonel barrage, getting some great damage there. I think Yellow's going to be knocked out of the game. Failing to age up like that played a massive role in this defeat. Neither side could afford the economy to age up, and since Yellow did, it killed him. As Angrade saying, thank you for watching, on to the next replay. If you give me another moment as well, I need to use the restroom. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Let's see now. Was there any more replays to take a look at? That's the one we did. Yep, no more replays to look at for him. Let's see now. Let's see if this person has replays available. Hidden. Here we go. Here's some replays. Oh, we got one for 28 minutes, so let's go and do this one. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the right side as the Magenta Ottomans, we have Angel Tuna. Spawn on the left side as the Red Abbasid Dynasty, we have Baldur Mar 1902. Scout pushing way forward, we got population cap already. It's all going for early military school to get out some more early spearmen, apply some aggression to his opponent. Of course, got the House of Wisdom deployed out on the field. They're ready to provide some wisdom. First spearman will charge on forward. It has been rallied right around there. Of course, he may not scout his opponent just yet. Does see some fights there from the wolves. And could eventually find this town center and quickly get gunned down by it. Let's go and spot the town center now. Town center does fire some arrows. Maybe we'll get in the range of this town center in a moment. Nope, that's skirmish all around. Now I've got the twin minaret this being pulled out on the field. We're just gonna give him the berries. A nice little food deposit, basically. There's probably some sort of ratio to make them really effective, but it's hard for me to tell. Looks like the scout and spearman will be dancing around a little bit more. As well finds another bite on another spearman. Oh, he went for the military wing as well. He must be concerned about those military schools units, because this does give him a small force here. 2 spearmen, 2 archers. The scout will spot these forces. He does have a small defense force of spearmen. Let's go straight for the mining camp here. And the spearman and another archer there, he should be able to hold out a little bit better now. Let's find some arrows there. Now the spearmen now engage each other. Of course, the archers do bonus damage versus spearmen. But I think Pink or Magenta did get his units for free. Yeah, he may have bought the archers. That's going for some Sepas. Magenda's now trying to advance forward to engage these forces. Oh, what was that sound? You have this horseman, scout, and archers. A nice little mixed force there. Magenta has 3 spearmen, 3 archers advancing forward with the scouts for spotting. Another horseman deployed on the field. Now Red's trying to advance on forward. The spearmen don't get the spear brace there. Spearmen engaging the spearmen, very nice. And one of the Magenta spearmen does go down. Horseman do find an angle there, does find a stab there onto the archers. Spearman now stabbing the horseman. The scout does not go down. Spearman getting some good hits there on the archers. Magenta scout does go down. Red overall loses the force there, but losing that scout means no more spotting. And Spearman decided to hold the line there just to draw some attention. Do now have a concentrate being pulled out right there, right on top of the deer. Magenta's now advancing forward, trying to find some sort of engagement. So we got the 2 horsemen here, as well as a scout. And this town center is still not complete. He should have been a bit more aggressive with those horsemen to draw his attention away from this town center, because this town center is not going to see. The villagers will see some fire there. Dancing around some of these villagers. It's still pretty far from being complete. Horsemen now charging forward, trying to deal with these archers. Archers do see a pretty good hit there. It's fine to lose those horsemen if it means saving this town center. Does lose one of the villagers now. He does find a hit there, killing off that one archer. And you get these spearmen or villagers inside, immediately inside the town center. There you go, and now the spearmen will be cleaned on up. Does get a spear brace? No, it does not get a spear brace there, and there goes. Going for a mill as well. And now these horsemen and scouts trying to pursue the Metter. You now also have a Sapah on the field. And more military academies being built on out. Horsemen advancing forward. These guys gonna go down quite quickly like that. Sorry, I just started reading it. It does cost a bit of stone and wood. And this also limit how many you can build out. You now have a big wave of archers and spearmen being pulled on the field. Magenta signing for another attack. Not really exposed areas. Could potentially pick off a villager or two on the outskirts of this wood deposit. These forces trying to advance on forward as well now. We got to good number of horsemen here as well as a camel archer. The camel archer is going to be very useful. Does bonus damage versus light and melee infantry, so it's be very effective versus a spearman. They're a spearman. Do have a good number of Sapahs here. The camel also provides the unease debuff. Now finding a good volley there on these archers, onto these villagers. Does take a one village there. Red does have a superior number of villagers. We do have the pierce armor being activated now. More and more archers being pulled out by the Ottoman. He's going to need more and more horsemen to deal with them. Here's about something. Yep, it's still the same price. These forces now trying to engage on it. And does take out the Sapah there. Got a couple spearmen in the mix as well. The camel archer will like to kill those off because those extra bonus damage from those spearmen. And now those spearmen are down. Now the horsemen are trying to pursue these archers. Got another spearman in the mix as well. The horseman now seems to fire. He's trying to pull out some walls here to close up this avenue of advance. You may want to get these forces back on through that wall before it gets built. Horseman still going up. Does cancel a wall segment there. There may still be an opening there. Villagers backing on off. And I do have an archer range pulled out right there. Heard another. What was that sound? Is that the Metter making those sounds? You have now the survival techniques to increase the gathering rate from gathering up those deer. Archer trying to advance forward. Does find a good follow there. He may want to reposition lumber camp over there. Spear horseman trying to hit these archers now, gain some damage there. Spearman does go down there. Red does have a handful of good archers. You may want to pull out some more camel archers at the moment. They're really expensive though. Purple has still less villagers than opponents since he's now finally getting a second town center. More Sapahs being pulled out. Those are likely from the military academies. Running right now, he has 3 military academies split on the field. These lumberjacks need to get out of there. Got another wave of archers being pulled out. Horsemen pushing way forward. Archers now firing away. Sapahs now trying to move forward as well. Horsemen now pursuing the Sapahs. Another Sapah does go down there. Sapahs do have 2 pierce armor, same as horsemen. This force sort of make their advance. Got a couple spearmen for Magenta. They're being focused down by the archers now. Sapahs now archers engaging at range. Of course, with the nearby camel, there's a pretty good debuff there on the to pause. Archer's now being focused down. And we need to make sure he doesn't go down. And our horseman's going to try to overrun these archers now. Eventually take out the Metter. It looks like a good couple spearman hits there as well, stunning some of those cavalry to be taken out by these archers. More pierce armor just been researched by Magenta.
مرحبا.
Does have a good amount of berries in this region as well. The mills do increase their max berry capacity by 100. So sort of make advance on forward. There's see some town center fire. You could actually garrison the town center with its own units like that. Get some extra arrows there. And a couple free kills there. Need to get out of there now. A couple units still on the inside. There's a couple structures here, nothing too significant. As well as find some fire there as well. Thanks to the placement of this tree, he's able to force them into that town center. So you got a bit lucky in the map placement there. They're being claimed. Purple F48 villagers. You have now a house being put out. Looks like Magenta's piece getting pop capped. And it looks like Magenta's going to go all the way up north. There's going to be a massive assault there. Red could counterattack. This could be a very, very messy fight very soon. Now here as well. Now we've got these horsemen advancing forward. Magenta's not falling back. He's going to push forward. He does have a large number of villagers in this group as well. Red needs to get these villagers into that town center. The town center will likely go down. And now I got these academies starting to go on down. Let's get that town center garrison. These villagers need to fall back. These villagers will likely go down. Archer's getting some good hits there. Let's garrison the town center himself. Red's going to be raiding that base. Red also needs to take time to start reinforcing, start collecting some forces here. He will lose a town center. He will lose his villagers, so that we'll even out the villager count for both sides. He's too close to this town center. He's going to take time to hit some of these outskirt villagers. Even Magenta's now getting has some lumberjacks there. A handful of forces are engaging them. These guys went too close to town center and received a lot of arrowheads there. He does, of course, spot the twin minaret landmark there. This area is now under fire. This is not Mullen, so this doesn't provide any extra gold there. At least I don't think. Yeah, I don't see any aura benefits there. Let's get the town center garrison. Red will hold. And now we've got some battery rams to put on the front line. Now we've got some Janissaries to put out on the field. Wait, you can get Janissaries in page 2? How? How did you get those Janissaries? It's at age 2. Is there some sort of interaction I don't see? Was it something to put up from town center somehow? And now this red force here going to be encircled and taken out. That's about the battery ram there. Red just needs to run away up north and maybe actually may intercept these villagers. He's now going to advance forward to his force. Red's arm's going to take a bit of time to get on back. Also most composed of archers, so there's no point of trying to keep around. We got these villagers in the region. That is Magenta's windmill there. And he may spot these villagers now. It'd be a good idea to try to pick them off when he can. Red also needs to pull out more of a force. He's trying to get out more archery ranges back here. Archer force advancing forward. Archer needs to just run away and just keep their distance. He just needs to just try to escape with them. And looks like he may have spotted them. Oh, there we go. He was on a move order trying to go over there. But now the does go for the Meteor. Unable to get the Meteor right there. Meteor actually does go down to something. Maybe with some extra arrows that were still flying in the air. Finds the volleys there. This will of course stall out for him to rebuild another army over here. But all these archers will go down. Red's army's down to 40. It's almost at 50 at the moment. Red does have a sizable army. And it does still have a slight advantage, villager advantage as well.
لدي مهمة؟
Lumber camp is not what he needs at the moment. These forces are on advance on forward.
تقدموا بحذر.
Red does have a decent force of archers here, trying to pull back these lumberjacks now. There's a good number of horsemen and archers in the field. Sapal's now charging up forward. This could be a good choke point for those archers. Red's archers trying to push them forward. Got some spearmen in the mix low, hitting those Sapals. Sapals did use the fortitude ability in one of those occasions, probably the previous archer engagement. Now got more archers advancing, or horsemen advancing forward. It's 42 to 25. Magenta's losing this army very, very quickly. Red will pull down the end based on the military count. And there's this force could be hunted down. Red could eye for a counterattack now. Got a pair of Metris now on the field. That was one of the Mahib Imperial Armory trying to get his castle age up and going. Even getting out something, say, like Lancers on the field would be very good, let alone the landmark itself. Claim some food here, very, very nice, with a lot of villagers. He must be a little bit desperate on food production by doing that. No, he has actually a good amount of resources, so he's stockpiling up for quite a big wave of Lancers. Red's now advancing forward. I think he's perhaps maybe a bit defensive, maybe offensive. He does, this lumber camp does spot some stuff. Rebuilding this walls there, very, very good. This area has been walled off, as well as walled off way over here, but there is a path through the mountainside. Red just needs a bit more gold to get Imperial Age. He doesn't really have any gold miners. Purple's not going for more Sapaz and going for some more Lancers, as well as a Mangonel from the Mahim Imperial Armory. Seeing Horseman does spot this force. Probably a good idea for Red to back off now, though he does have superior force, but sometimes hard to tell that. His force is going to be inferior quality for a time being as well. Red has a significantly walled up this region, very good. And now starting to claim some more gold miners. Looks like he's going for the economic wing now. Okay, he doesn't need villagers to task that.
أنا فرحة. يعجبني ذلك. The villagers may get picked on off, though luckily he does have a lot of extra set of walls to stall out his opponent. There's a kind of big wave of spearmen being put up by Red, very good. His opponent's attacking with primarily the cavalry force, does have some men at arms in the mix as well. And go for another layer of walls, but I don't think he'll get them up in time. He does still have the Camel Archer here as well. And he's going to charge him forward. He's going to try to stall his opponent by being very aggressive. These archers need to get in there. Some of these supplies are going down. We have a lot of main arms in this region. Red's falling back. He does finally get his own castle age up and going. Magenta does also have a superior number of villagers at the moment as well. Red has lost his second town center. It's not rebuilt it just yet. His Lancers still being a bit of a problem, but he still has some spearmen to help deal with those Lancers. The Camel Archers and of course in the region providing some good debuff against these forces. Got two Metros here, both of them on the attack speed. We also got some handful of crossbowmen as well. That is a very good item for him to pull out, but now Sapal does fund the crossbowmen.
Red's force is starting to get overwhelmed. The numbers are dwindling. It's going to be a pure victory for either side. Man arms are being focused down. For Red, we do have a handful of crossbowmen, more archers being pulled out. This area has a really good choke point. Red looks like will hold, but Magenta's pushing forward with some various outposts, including upgrading the spring bolts and fortified outposts. Red still has a good number of crossbowmen, but some of them are getting hit. They're on the front line. It's going to be a long Pyrrhic victory. There's more lancers being pulled on out of the field. You may want to go for the Pierce armor research, or research ability. A couple of these lancers pushing way forward. He's going to have to send that force over to deal with him. Now, we do have some Mangonels being pulled out for Magenta. Looking at second layer of walls there. Camel's going to see a bit of fire there, but the spearmen will clean it up. A couple of these villagers have been just rallied out right there, receiving some fire by the Sepah. Do go and fall back there. Oh, Red does actually have another pair of town scissors down here. Very, very good. And going for a mosque as well. So Red's villager count will quickly get back up, but the problem is he needs to spend a bit more on military. If you have a similar military count at the moment, his opponent does have a Magan on the front line. Oh, that was a good hit there on those villagers. More Pierce armor being researched by Red. Magenta's now going for a very, very aggressive castle. He can deploy battle rams himself. Let's see how many villagers bringing off the front line for this. Bring in 20 villagers. On seeing that, he needs to go for something a bit more aggressive for defense. Magenta also has a superior force as well. If this keep goes up, this probably gonna be game over. Remember, these are the only two wonders that the Avacid Dynasty can get. So he can't deploy a wonder on the far side and try to reclaim the game like that. If he loses these two wonders, he's out. Though the House Wisdom is very durable. That's all to keep there. Magano finds a pretty good hit there. Trying to hit these villagers now. Trying to advance forward as well. Does have a couple of camera riders. Spearman charging forward. These archers are severely wounded. Magano finds another volley there. Does dodge that one. Keeps up halfway. We got the town center also firing away, but not hitting the Magano. He needs to hit those villagers. It's hard to micro the town center fire sometimes. In fact, having the Magano push forward like that, draws the town center fires, have been very, very beneficial. He's now pushing forward this army. Red has no military really to speak up remaining. Two Mangonels on the front line. Spearman now trying to get some stabs down these Mangonels. He is pretty high health. This is probably going to be game. Red will need to redeploy another army over here and regroup and try to push forward. Maybe get out a trebuchet as well. But now, Magenta's advancing forward with some forces. How big is that benefit of the 40% faster deployment rate? Townsend obviously a bit of fire there. We got these forces pushing forward. Magenta Red's now down minimal force, trying to pull out more crossbowmen, but there's just Sepahs are not armored, so he will get overrun by light cavalry as well as heavy cav. And this is the villagers that got nailed by that Mangonel shot. And Red is back up the game now. This is Adam Grid saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. So I'm probably going to call it a night for streaming today. I'm getting pretty hungry and I need to get some dinner in me. So everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, get some good rest, and